All righty, welcome back to the Red Corner, folks. Tonight and we got some early chat activity. USA is right. We got a lot going on tonight, boys. I'm joined by my co-host here, Slim. You will not see our fearless Bones tonight. He's in Slim, and we were talking before the show. You nailed it. He's in Disney 2.0 right now. He's over in, what is it called, the Gray Wolf Lodge with his
Gray
family?
Wolf Lodge, yeah, Gray Wolf Lodge. It's up in the northern Pennsylvania. It has the indoor water park. I'm pumped to get his reviews when he comes home.
Right, but he's dropping probably a couple stackaroonies over there. So God bless him. His bank account's been getting crushed these past couple months. So Bones, you're here in spirit.
Like
We'll
all
see
of
you
us.
next week. Yeah, 100%.
Gas is almost $4 too.
Right. So gas, everything. The guy's getting absolutely crushed. So Red Riders, we have a very special night today for a lot of reasons. Number one, this is our first watch along of 2026. This is our first World Baseball Classic watch along of all time. So a lot going on. Before we get to the World Baseball Classic, if you haven't seen it, I'm sure you're tuning in because you're dialed in for that. USA, Dominican Republic, semifinals tonight, 8 p.m. Fox. Make sure you got that on watching with us. That starts at 8 o'clock. Between now and then, we're doing a mailbag. So you guys submitted your questions. We're going to go through them, and it's going to be a fun, laid-back environment. Jump in the chat. We got giveaways. We got a lot of fun giveaways. We're going to talk about the World Baseball Classic giveaway segment. We're going to bring up our hoodie giveaway that we have going on. So a ton going on right now. Now, Slim, before we jump into these giveaways, how we doing, brother?
Doing pretty good. I'm actually pumped. I'm pumped for this Sunday night. It's a little teaser for the real season to start. And yeah, I'm excited. This Dominican Republic team's loaded. There's been a lot going on with the Phillies stuff. There's a lot of Phillies in this game. Would love to see Schwarber get hot. Would love to see Harper, one of these guys, get hot. But no, I'm pumped. I really can't wait for opening day though. Like it's really almost here now. So
yeah, March 26th. So it's exciting. We've been doing a countdown for like 5 months now, and when you kind of get to those couple weeks, it feels surreal. So guys, buckle up because this is going to be a long one tonight, right? So we're going to be dialed in. We're going to be here basically all night for the watch along. Slim, should we queue up our first question from the listeners?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Awesome. And Red Riders, if you are new here, please do us a favor. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. You know it helps us battle the evil YouTube algorithm. So regarding the Phillies for 2026, what's the floor and what's the ceiling?
So the ceiling is winning the World Series. They can absolutely win the World Series. Listening back today, I listened to Scott Laupert with his Inquirer podcast interview Garrett Stubs.
Okay.
And man, they were talking about the challenge system, the ABS, right? Automated balls and strike system.
Yeah.
Stubbsy has used it before, and they brought up that infamous pitch with Sanchez when he was up 0-2. They called it a ball, and the next thing you know, just check the record books from now. But could that have changed the game? It probably could have.
Right.
So when people say the Phillies weren't that close, they're kidding themselves. We're on the cusp of winning a World Series. We talked about all the stats last week with the guys coming back that Jason Stark threw out there. Now, the floor, right? What is the floor for this team? And the floor for this team is, if we're being honest with ourselves, there's a scenario where they're going to be competitive. They're going to be in the wild card race. So the floor for this team is that they're in the wild card race and they miss it in some crazy fashion.
So,
all right, there's no floor where they're not competitive into August and September.
I like the way you put that. So again, I'm going to just kind of completely agree with you. This is a team that can win the World Series, right? So that's got to be the ceiling. So World Series is the ceiling, parade down Broad Street. Now, the floor, I completely agree. I think the floor is bare minimum. We're getting a competitive baseball team, right? We're getting a team that's going to give you a playoff race, right? I think that's the floor.
Yeah, and that's a bad floor. That'll be not a fun summer. That's going to be about 20 more losses than we would be used to, 15 more losses than we're used to, which would not be cool.
Maybe 10,
Uh,
even 10, right? Because if this is an 80-win game, 81-win team, that's probably not getting you to the playoffs, right? So,
no,
yeah.
well, we won 96 last year.
No, I'm saying, like, if we go to the playoffs, if you win 90 games, right, you can get to the playoffs. So
Right.
even 10 wins off that would be potentially
Yeah,
out of
yeah. If we're 10 games under, that's people are losing their jobs.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, so, again, but that's going into a year, that's a pretty good place to be, right? Anytime where the ceiling is World Series, like, that's not the conversation we were having in 2020, 2021. So, yeah. Thanks for that question, Jack. Anything else on that, Slim?
No.
All right, cool. Let's get to the next question. We had a lot of really good guys. By the way, I want to throw this disclaimer out here, and I always forget this. Thank you very much for all this. We get a ton of email submissions, so usually it comprises of email and DM submissions, right? So I want to apologize. Unfortunately, in this day and age, since there's so much spam bullshit out there, a lot of emails have gone to the spam folder. So if we have ever not responded to one of your messages because it's been in spam, we apologize. Every time I see that happens, it kills me. So just know that we're very proud of responding to everyone that replies, especially if you're submitting a question. So again, our apologies if we've ever missed one of your submitted questions. So again, thanks to that. This one is from Roger. So Slim, who do you think
Yeah.
will lead the Phillies in strikeouts this year?
In strikeouts, Sanchez.
Okay. Damn, no
Is that the
hesitation.
question? Nah, man. Nah, not what he's not what I seen him doing in this World Baseball Classic. He looks like he's on a mission. You know, he's a phenomenal talent. Looks like he's on a mission. Uh, we got. I'm excited for this game. We got Skeens tonight again, who took his Cy Young, in my opinion, from Sanchez. I think Sanchez should have gotten the Cy Young last year. I don't know how someone on such a non-competitive team
Well,
can win.
we got a
So I,
zinger from Jerry in the chat saying
so
he
I,
thinks Harper.
well, dude,
I had to give that a shout out, Jerry. Touche on that. He's saying Harper leads the team.
the Harper thing, like worst case scenario for the Phillies is Harper is really as bad as his haters say, and he's really as delusional as he seems sometimes. And he just says, he says, he's imagine he's batting like 225 this year, and he's saying, call me not elite is wild, you know, if he's
Right.
still taking jabs. Because right now,
Yeah.
Dombrowski's a little pest, man, because he gets to sit back and enjoy. People like to laugh at, like to pick fun at me saying I like to go against the Phillies team sometimes. Man, oh man, Dombrowski went against his superstar,
I know.
and he
I
enjoys
know.
it. You know, he enjoys it. He's licking some ice cream, chilling at home, and enjoying it a little bit.
Just assuming he's eating ice cream. That's ridiculous.
I hear he's a big ice cream guy. You know, this
Oh,
is an ice
right.
cream podcast.
That's a callback. No, that's a
That's a
callback
callback.
to
That's in the iceberg lore of the Red Corner.
yeah, so for anyone who's new, this is one of our we
Back to
found out
Ryan
that
Black.
yes, we found out that Dombrowski is actually aware of the Red Corner podcast, so that was one of our claims of fame. He ran into somebody down in Clearwater when he was eating ice cream. That's a little callback story from Slim there. All right, so Roger, back to your question.
We rush you.
Yes. Roger, back to your question there. I'm going to say Luzardo. I'm going to say Luzardo is going to be absolutely fired up with this contract extension. You know, the $135 million man. He's going to lead us in strikeouts. I'm going to say 225 plus. Slim, realistically speaking, I was looking at our team. We have 5 players that have thrown 200 plus strikeouts at some point of their career. Now, can we get a reach Nola turning back the clock? Because Nola has thrown upwards of like 225 in his career. Now, we have a little bit of a caveat with Wheeler this year, right? Because we don't know how less of a starts he's going to get.
I guess the question comes down to, and I don't know, but with Nola's velocity being gone a little bit, right?
Fair.
Can his off-speed stuff, especially the most simplest one, I guess, can his changeup still be a strikeout pitch? Right? Is that the question? I don't really know. That's what I would think. That's where my logic would go for me to ask a pitcher. But if they think his changeup can get guys out, I would say that's a lot, 200 strikeouts. But if he's healthy, absolutely. Because look at him now.
I know. I know, yeah, and his knuckle curve has obviously been nasty for a long time. So we'll see. I mean, I'm gonna stick with Luzardo. I think Luzardo will lead the team in strikeouts. But again, we have Wheeler, Sanchez, Luzardo, Nola, all classic strikeout guys. I would say it's definitely leaning towards one of the two guys that we said for sure. For sure. All right, so let's queue up our next question. This is a little bit more of a laid back, fun one. This is from Eric. So this is for you, Slim. So Slim, you seem to be a guy that spends a lot of time in Wildwood. What is your perfect day at the shore? So give us a Saturday morning. You woke up. What are we doing? Walk us through it.
You wake up Saturday morning, let's say 7:30, 8. You immediately you should have your routine down, all right? If you're the beach dad, right? So you get all the beach stuff ready. I'm lucky location-wise. I'm only a few blocks from the beach, so I walk straight down to the beach. You set everything up. You bring your snacks of choice. You bring everything. You come for the whole day.
Right.
You can bring the music. You play it low, though. Nothing obscene. Play the music a little low, hang out. And then I like to stay there for hours and hours and hours and hours. People, you hit the ocean. You definitely hit the ocean at least 3 times. You're steady with the sunscreen. You then get off the beach. And for me, you have it set up. There's that first rotation of people that leave the beach. And hopefully, if you're as lucky as I am, as privileged as I am, there's people back home and they're cooking surf and turf. Right. So, and you guys will see it this summer. You come off and then you can have a little surf and turf, maybe outside on the deck, maybe inside, wherever you like. But that's the perfect day.
We going steak and lobster?
Steak and lobster. Steak and lobster.
That's the only surf and turf in your house.
Yeah, it's steak and lobster on a Saturday evening. And then around 8 o'clock, that sun's coming down. It's beautiful. If you're you can have, again, your own music on. You can have no music and listen to the music that's blaring and the sound that's blaring from the boardwalk. It's always marvelous. And then around 10 o'clock, you get the fireworks. So that's the best day.
Oh, yeah, because Saturday always fireworks, right?
Saturday has the fireworks. So you can most spots, in North Wildwood or Wildwood, definitely North Wildwood, you can see them.
Yeah.
So that's the move. From 7 a.m., you wake up, get ready, to 10 p.m. And then after that, you go to bed.
Yeah.
You go to bed and it's 10:30.
Yeah, and so think about the fireworks, right? 10 o'clock, maybe it's a little chilly at that point of the night, right? You put a hoodie on, right?
You could have the fire going. You could have the fire going, absolutely. And then depending on the situation, there's a lot of foot traffic. So, there's a lot of people watching, a lot of just like random things that could be happening if you're keeping an eye to the street,
What's your favorite month down there?
My favorite month down there has to be
July?
July. Yeah, it has to be July. Yeah, because
warmer.
It's hot, like every day. That's the month people are getting their vacations.
Right.
So you might be down for a week. Bones might be down for a week. My other boys might be down for a week or here or there, and I can start picking up, seeing what's happening, hanging out.
So I got a call a violation on you, only one violation, because I don't believe I heard this. I was multitasking, so I will apologize. I didn't hear you say put the fills on.
Oh, you got to put the
fills
are on.
You didn't say
night.
that. You didn't say that.
Night.
You got to put the fills on.
You do got to have the fills.
That's a violation.
You do. And our situation is usually if we're chilling outside, you can see through the window and they're just on.
Yeah.
Through like a big window. Sometimes you put the radio on outside. Sometimes we might pop it up on a laptop. Sometimes I'll chill inside.
The Phillies at the shore hit different. They really do. It's something about it.
Yeah, and it's every night.
Every night. Especially on the weekends. All right, next question. Eric, you asked that. You brought the best out of Slim with that question, so thank you for that. All right, so this is from Stan. So, very cool. So, who's your favorite player from the 2022, 2008, and 93 team? I guess he's obviously talking about like the last pennant-winning teams. So, Slim, I'll start with this one first to give you some time to digest. So, I'm going to start from most recent, going back to 93. So, for 2022, I'm going to go Ranger Suarez. I feel like that was the height of the Ranger Suarez lore. Obviously, that was the bedlam at the bank. year, but I still get goosebumps when I go back thinking about Ranger coming out, grabbing the ball to close out that game. He was just an absolute G that year. No moment was too big. Again, the absolute heights, the classic, him dancing in the clubhouse. That's from that year. So I think when we all remember Ranger Suarez 10, 15, 20 years from now, that's the Ranger Suarez we're all going to remember. So again, 2022, Ranger Suarez is my guy from that team. 2008, I'm going chalk. You just saw he's a Phillies Wall of Famer. I just showed you that back when I was an 11, 12-year-old, I had his fat head on my wall. Chase Utley, the man. Chalk. 93. I'm going to go Dutch Darren Daulton, the captain. So Darren Daulton was the player that I think I first was introduced to from a Philly standpoint, right? Early 90s, we're young. Phillies are always on. My mom had a crush on him like every other mom in the Delaware Valley. So I used to always hear about Dutch. And honestly, I wanted to be a catcher because of him. I wasn't a catcher. I just for whatever reason. But I think he made catching cool in the Philly area. So those are my three. Who you got, Slim?
So 2022, you took my answer with Ranger Suarez.
Take it.
But my second favorite player, because it is close, is Jake Cave, right? And that's for
Jesus.
for reasons we don't got to get into. Okay, it's Jake Cave. 2008, it's Ryan Howard. All right. And then honestly, it's Ryan Howard, and then the next guy, because Bones isn't here, I think I can speak for him. It's Cole Hamels is right there, right? And he was the reason he was a beast during that playoff run, especially. And 1993, my favorite player had to be Croc.
Good call, Crocker. Good call. Who's he's still embedded into the culture today, obviously with the play-by-play and the color commentating that he does occasionally. He's the best. When him and T-Mac, they're the best combination that we get. I wish they did every game, but actually, since we're doing the Red Corner Book Club, great book, Macho Row, kind of talks about that whole year, the '93 team. Same author that wrote Lefty and Tim, Slim. Do me a favor, go back and read that book. Phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. We got some patriotic people in the chat. Go USA chat. You have any questions at all? We're going to be doing a little, live Q&A here, going through our submitted questions from before the show that we're going to be doing. We're going to be going live all night long for the World Baseball Classic. So Go USA is right. Anything else on that, Slim?
No, those are my three.
Awesome.
And
all right.
Croc really, because I was too young for 93. I really fell in love with Cluck with the broadcast and stuff, and then getting back into it.
Yes. And he's so funny. I mean, his comedic timing is ridiculous. He's so funny. All right, so changing gears here. So, Slim, let's get your Oscars pick, right? The Oscars are tonight, and I'm going to make it easy on you here. We have a little graphic here. So these are the Best Picture nominees. I'm going to let you start off with talk through the movies that you saw, didn't see, and then I'll give you mine.
Okay. So
let me move that graphic here.
I've seen one of these movies.
Okay.
One. I'm interested in seeing other of these movies, and I heard a lot about a lot of them. F1, I heard is fantastic.
Heard the same.
Frankenstein, you said was your favorite movie. Hamnet, I decided to see a Dracula movie over that, but Hamnet looked interesting. It's a Shakespeare story, so that's one I am going to check out. One Battle After Another. You can go check out Jennifer Slay's comments on that. Darius Slay's his wife. I heard it was a little too much for a lot of people. One Sinners, I heard is fantastic. And I heard Sinners it mixes African American culture and has some Irishness to it. So that's one I have to go check out.
That's correct.
Is it like vampires and banshees and like super
vampires?
Okay, cool. So that's one I definitely got to go check out. And I heard the Irish are crazy in it. So that's one I really do want to see. But one that I saw, and I give it a 9 out of 10, is Marty Supreme. I thought Marty Supreme was excellent. It was every scene was insane. He kept the movie. He drove the movie throughout. Timothy Chalamet. Kevin O'Leary was fantastic, basically playing himself. And who was the wife? Gwyneth Paltrow again. Gwyneth
She was the
Paltrow.
wife in what?
She's the wife in Marty Supreme. Very, very good. All right, give me one.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
So he was married to Gwyneth Paltrow.
Kevin O'Leary is.
Oh, Kevin O'Leary. Okay. Yeah, I didn't see Marty Supreme. I was going to say that's a big age gap there. Okay, so I am completely shocked and surprised that I saw more of these than you did. I thought you were going to have me like lapped. So here are the movies that I saw out of this group. I saw Frankenstein, I saw Sinners, and I saw Train Dreams.
Ooh.
I saw 30% of one battle after another, turned it off. So let me start off with my favorite one. Frankenstein was my favorite of the group, so you already mentioned that, so that holds true. I saw Train Dreams, thought it was incredible. Train Dreams was like a Americana, old school, like 1800s frontier movie. Incredible, very sad, but incredible acting. Highly recommended. One of the best Netflix movies I've ever seen. Frankenstein, I've already talked about that. Incredible. Sinners, you completely described that well. It's like a vampire, African-American, Irish kind of blend culture movie. Very good. I thought One Battle After Another was garbage, which was crazy. I had no idea that it was even getting high buzz. No idea. I put it on because of Leo, right? I'm going to watch any Leo movie. I was watching,
right.
and I text my buddy Will, who's like super deep into movie. I said, this movie stinks. Turns out everyone loves it. It's probably the front runner, right? Is that what you're thinking, Slim?
That I don't know. I don't know, because if they go one battle after another, again, I think it feels like a pat on the back is what I'm kind of understanding.
Okay.
From the public, it's like here's Hollywood again patting itself on the back is kind of like the vibe I've been told.
Okay.
I've seen some heavy criticisms. So no, I don't think so. I think we're going to see one of these other movies.
So the way, and there's a trend.
I don't think it'll be Frankenstein. I don't think it'll be Frankenstein.
I don't think it'll be Frankenstein either. I completely agree. I think the whole AI aspect of it's going to knock it down. Like like the whole whatever. What do you call that? Why can't I think of the term, Slim? For the movies, CGI. Thank you. Yeah, I think the CGI aspect will be held against it. Now, Begonia. My wife just watched that last night. That looked a little wonky. It seems like there's a big trend towards like the dark comedy, right? Which obviously One Battle After Another hits that as well. So I call those, and I love the dark comedy movies. I really do. But I don't like the smarty pants movies. I don't like the movie where I'm being told that I have to like it just because of the art aspect. There's a certain, you have to deliver on that. You can't just have a big cast and do all this crazy stuff and make me feel like I have to like the movie. That's what I thought One Battle After Another was. Didn't like it at all, not even a little bit.
Right.
But yeah.
I'll watch it because I do like the artsy fartsy stuff, even if it's something that I think is if something I think is a little obtuse, because I like diving into it and arguing about it. Marty Supreme, it's high pace, it's fast, it's probably not for everyone. But I think to me, it kind of captures what 2026 is about. Just the information grab year, looking out for number one and not letting anybody get in your way. And that's the life cycle, it opens up. You're going to think it's so weird. The first scene is, in utero, like before,
what's utero?
Before it's a pregnancy, but inside, right? It's like the sperm and the egg and the sperm and the egg and all that. And it's like this weird music being played and it's real dramatic. And it just has that theme of you only get one chance, YOLO, right? You only get one chance to live.
YOLO, baby. I think I like Marty Supreme. It's been compared to Uncut Gems a lot, which I really enjoyed that movie.
It's a guy's movie too. It reminds me of one of those classic 90s guys movies we don't get. It's like not as bad as Wolf of Wall Street or something, but like it
Right.
reminds you of those Martin Scorsese types.
Love it. All right, so back to baseball here. The chat's been active. So this is Jerry in the chat. He's going back to the previous question. He's listing his favorite players from the three Phillies eras. He's saying Hoskins 22, Cooch 2008, Schilling 93. And that's a great list. And we got Printify 26, the same thing. He's going Kruk 93, the Flying Hawaiian 08, and then JT 2022. What do you say? 2022 or 2020? That's a weird one, right?
What do I say? I say 2022.
Yeah, they both work, but I feel like 2022 rings off the tongue a little bit smoother. I like those answers, guys. Keep them coming. I like that variety there. Next question here, boys. Slim, let's get back to. Okay, so this is similar to what we were just asked this the other day for our listening audience here. Slim, what was the favorite bar that you visited while you were in Clearwater area? What was your favorite drink? This is from Wendy.
Yeah, so my favorite bar was, I hate to be cliche, but my favorite bar was Frenchie's.
Yeah.
But it was the one in Clearwater, not the one at Bayview Park.
Okay. And do you have a favorite cocktail or anything
my favorite drink, because it takes you back to Key West, is the Dirty Banana, the chocolate banana frozen concoction. Have about 2 of those. It wasn't ice cream based.
Stomach crushed.
Well, sometimes you get these ice cream based ones, and it is stomach crushed. This one wasn't, so it was fantastic.
Okay, so you're saying Frenchies for both.
So
Frenchies.
Yeah, so I didn't have 2 milkshakes. It was milkshake close, but it wasn't.
Yeah. So we just talked about this, Wendy. So we'll reiterate. But my favorite bar was the Salty Soul that we went to in Dunedin. We had a phenomenal time. Bartender was incredible. Vibes were awesome. Music was great. Indoor outdoor vibe, which is always very chill. Got the breeze coming in. $2 beers, which we were floored to see. We love that. Favorite cocktail was Frenchies as well in the ballpark. They do a phenomenal coconut margarita. I'm not sure if you had that with the coconut rim around the drink. Is a phenomenal.
Yeah, they got a lot of different margarita selections. In the ballpark, yeah, I'll talk about the strategies and stuff off air, but you got to have different strategies, and you got to make sure you don't go over the top, because like we said, we saw it was like for some of these older people, it was spring break. They were being carried out on stretchers.
Yes. So Slim, we're getting some compliments on our hats.
Thank you.
On Twitter, AJ reached down and said, "Fire hats tonight, boys." So thank you for that shout out, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah, that hat is really nice. You had a family friend make that for you, right?
Yeah, my wife's cousin has a company called Winnie, WINNY.
Okay.
Winnie. And yeah, he makes these fire hats. So check him out. I'll throw him in his in the comments. His Instagram blows up with the hats. So yeah, and
really,
he'll do custom hats, whatever. This is a custom piece. He gets these patches are sewed on.
We'll have to, so definitely.
They're handcrafted hats Slim's wearing here.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Shane in the chat saying Orange Crush is a classic. Absolutely. I love the just the classic Orange Crush. Does not get any better than that. I'll tell you what, I drink them down the shore every once in a while too. Why not, right? All right. So we were talking about this a little bit before the show, Slim. So what do you make of Stubs getting some looks at other positions outside of catcher, right? Obviously, he was in left field today during the spring training. He's been getting some infield looks. What do you make of all this? How does it fit in?
What I make of it is, if Stubs doesn't make the major R team, he's going to hit waivers, which means he might not come back to the Phillies, which is something I don't think the Phillies want. The Phillies understand that he's limited, right, in a lot of ways, but he brings a lot of unique value, and it goes back to knowing your role. So
right.
don't be shocked. And I'm not going to. This is like a 0.1% chance thing, right? But imagine the Phillies' depth is low. People are getting hurt. Dante Nori, a lot of these guys are not maybe 100% ready to come up. We need offense. So now we're mix matching the guys we have. Maybe Schwarber has to play right field for some reason.
Yeah.
And then maybe when at late in the games, we got to move something around. Stubbs might be that guy they got to throw out in left field just for one quick inning, and all you got to say is, Stubbs, you're not you're not a full-time left fielder, but for us, you can play it for the 8th or for the 9th inning to get some of these guys off their feet, maybe even in a blowout or something. And he understands that, because if not, the other options are two things: bringing up younger guys who may or may not be ready, and you want to give them all the time in the world to prove themselves,
right?
Or two, getting a veteran like Kepler who is over the hill. You got to pay for them, and they come in and they think that they got the egos that you don't need, that you just don't need, especially when the production isn't there. It's like, dude, just catch. Sometimes you just need to catch the ball, sit the guy back down, and Stubbs can provide that with no ego at all.
Yeah, and then the other thing, and Jerry in the chat just pointed out, Stud's got a little bit of athleticism to him, right? He can run, he can steal a bag. It's not really that unrealistic to think that you can put him out in left field, right? I think the infield would be a stretch. Like, you don't see the catcher to second baseman conversion very often, right? It's just the movement's a lot different. Could he do it? Maybe. No, who knows? But the other thing is, we were talking about this a lot. Stubb is phenomenal with the media. He's phenomenal on the microphone. He's got that leadership. He takes some pressure off the rest of the guys to be a mouthpiece to the media, right? So when you have a guy like him who can kind of, you don't want the backup catcher to be the spokesperson, but he can take a little bit of the heat off them.
Stubbs he's a very smart guy. He's very savvy. And yeah, last year we were waiting for somebody to say something.
Right.
You could see a day game Stubbs after maybe he had a rough 0 for 4. He can talk about himself, but say it as in a big team picture thing too,
Yep.
Or imagine Stubbs going after Castellanos last season.
And so, guys, we are getting very, very close here to the World Baseball Classic starting. We're going to have that on in the background.
Here's the other thing. How isn't Castellanos on this Italian team? Is that a missed opportunity?
He's not Italian.
He's Greek.
He's Cuban. So there's your answer to that one.
You sure?
I don't know where. Yes, I don't know where that came from.
He looks Italian or Greek to me.
Okay.
I did not know he was Cuban.
Got it. So I just lost my train of thought with you on that one. So anyway, World Baseball Classic.
You don't look Cuban, bro.
Yeah, right. Do I look Cuban? Yeah, that's always the classic thing. That one never ends. God forbid a guy has a dark beard and dark eyebrows. You get called Castellanos if you ever make a video about him. That's the biggest thing, right? It's the fact that I'm talking about him, so their mind is already trying to not make me him. It's a weird
those first couple times around this time last year, it truly messed people up.
Yeah, and the funny thing is
early AI,
right? AI. We've been religiously doing this podcast for a couple of years now, and the thing that got us the most, we got 50,000 impressions or 50,000 views on that on Twitter. It's a stupid comment of people just saying you look like Castellanos. Out of all the stuff that we've done, it's something stupid like that. But hey, we'll take it. All right, so again here, Slim. The last question,
me, when I tell people, "Oh, I got a Phillies podcast." The average, let's say I'm talking to the average person who's above 50 years old who watches the Phillies down the shore, and that's it. They're not going to, they're just hanging out watching the Phillies.
Sure.
Just chilling. They'll say, "Oh, yeah, cool. I go, "Yeah, I go by Slim. The other guy go by Bones." They always immediately just start laughing. They're like, "That's hilarious. Slim, are you guys serious? Slim and Bones?" You got to keep it simple and stupid.
100%. All right, so we have Skeens here warming up. We're going to be going all episodes. Slim, we'll do two quick things here. We're going to do our first giveaway, folks, and Slim's going to decide that.
Yes, sir. And I got a prediction before this game starts.
Okay, we're going to get your prediction.
Okay, cool.
But hold on. Look at the question here. You're getting a little. We got to reel you in. Without Bones here. So here we go. So predictions tonight. Who has the big hit for Team USA? And Slim, let me pull up this graphic here. Remove that. Bam. There we go, Slim. You see that?
Yep.
I got the roster there in front of us.
Yep.
So who do you got here? Who's the big hit?
Here's the big hit. It's going these three guys. I think the big hit's going to be Gunnar Henderson. I think he's going to come through. I think Judge is going to have a big game. I think Schwarber. I think the 3, 4, 5 get it done today.
All right, so you're predicting the Gunnar Henderson big hit today.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to go Aaron Judge, chalk. I think Judge hasn't been phenomenal this tournament, right? Let's get a big hit from him. Apparently, he hit an absolute bomb in warmups. He hit one over the concourse. I don't know if you saw that on Twitter. An absolute missile.
No,
so I'm going to go Aaron Judge. He's going to be the star of the show. Well, we got Bones in the chat here checking in from the Great Wolf Lodge. Yes. What's up, Bones? Wish you were here, brother.
Bones, I only spoke for you once so far this podcast.
Let's get the big faces back up here. Because Slim, I want to show our the giveaway that we have here. And Slim, start thinking now. Best comment in the chat, because we're going to do a giveaway. So this is what our giveaway here is.
Woo!
Guys, I don't know if you saw here. We just partnered with a local artist where we got this design. And I'm gonna pull up a larger picture of this. I'm giving you the smaller one first. So this is what we're calling the Ballpark Time Machine hoodie. So Slim is going to do a giveaway right now. The best comment in the chat, we're going to get your size. We're going to send you a hoodie. So this is get a little bit more of a bigger picture here. It's phenomenal artwork. So this artist, Slim, what is her name? Let's give her a shout out here. Do you know her name? Sorry to blow you up here.
Colleen Bally.
Okay. Colleen, shout out to you, Colleen. Phenomenal artist. She did, we gave her a couple ideas and she just ran with it. So as you can see here, it's all the different ballparks throughout Philly history. Also some, destinations on there. Phenomenal. So shout out to you, Colleen. Slim, what are we thinking here? Who's our best comment?
I'm going to go with Printify. He has a nice array of comments here. He answered every single question, not with his 3 favorite Phillies on those squads. He gave us Kruk, Victorino, who is awesome, and Remuto. And then he's given us his he likes the Stubs move, right? He thinks he's going to be able to get Stubs some time here. And then at the end, he's picking Roman Anthony. So he's consistently bringing the fire. You got to be consistent here, boys.
All right, Printify, you brought the heat. So Printify, do us a favor. Number 1, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button of this video. Tell a couple friends about us. DM us. Go to either our Instagram or our Twitter. You can see both of those handles below, scrolling down. DM us your size and where you want us to ship it, and we'll send you that hoodie. You can also tell us what color. We got them in navy or black. So congratulations, Printify. You've won that Ballpark Time Machine hoodie. Good pick there, Slim. All right, so here we go. Let's get this back up here. So, Slim, you said you wanted to do a prediction?
Yeah, let's jump into the prediction. So real fast. If you were checking out the odds, the Team USA is favorite by, I saw minus 140. So you got to lay an extra 40 cents for every dollar that you're putting down. A lot of people are taking Dominican Republic because they're plus 115. So you're getting that added value. But the best bet and what's going to happen tonight is the United States are going to cover the minus 1.5. They're going to end up mercy ruling Dominican Republic because they got the better pitcher. Dominican Republic's throwing out Luis Servino. He's going to get rocked by the likes of Judge, Schwarber, and Henderson, like we spoke about. He might even let up a home run to Witt right now, to be frank with you. I can see home runs in bunches. The best value is the minus 1.5. You can get the Team USA at plus 110. That's what Slim has right now for just a little fraction.
Love that. And you see Severino warming up
and
here.
We got Skeens. So this Dominican Republic team is great hitting. They usually don't strike out, but they haven't seen Skeens.
Career 3 for 27. 3 for 27 on Skeens. 3 for 27. Classic. Slim, we've talked about this in the past. All of our family, they know when we go live. They know when we do this podcast. When do we get the phone calls? We get the phone calls right when we're going live. You just got 2? It's unbelievable. They should be in the chat right now, and they're calling us. Unbelievable. All right, so we're about to get this game underway. So chat, we're going to just be it's going to become a little bit more laid back. So let's hear that chat activity. We're just going to be watching ball at this point. Oh boy.
Here we go.
Yes, the Dominican Republic is a lifetime 3 for 27 against this team. And it's a good time to announce our second giveaway. So this is what we're going to be doing, boys. Forever, and this is very exciting. This is one of the biggest giveaways we've ever done. For every extra base hit, for every single extra base hit from Team USA, we're doing a giveaway for someone in the chat. So stay tuned, stay locked in. And do us a favor, everyone who's in the chat, do hashtag Red Rider. Give us a hashtag Red Rider in the chat. That's going to put you into the giveaway. So for every single extra base hit for USA, we're doing a giveaway. But hold on, there's more. Every single hit, any hit at all, for Harper or Schwarber, we're doing 2 giveaways. So chat, let's get those hashtag Red Riders in the chat, and let's sit back and enjoy this game.
I'm debating if I just call my dad back and see what he has, see what's going on.
Make sure you're on mute and he's not on speaker. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. True. Oh, man, Servino just threw 100 miles per hour.
He's fired up, man. That's going to be a home game for the DR down there. Make no mistake. It might be closer than you think.
And I thought the Team USA was – never mind. I'm right.
Let's see here.
Here's Harper.
Yep.
Get it going, boy. Is he elite?
All right, straighten that out. Straighten that out, buddy.
No one in the Dominican Republic thinks Harper's elite right now. That's for sure.
Remember, guys, any Harper or Schwarber hit, there's 2 giveaways for the chat. We want to see those hashtag Red Riders in the chat. I think the chat's a little lagged. There you go.
And which one of these teams you think is more hungry?
Probably Dominican Republic, to be honest. It's just such a smaller, tight knit place that I think the passion just higher.
Do you see that guy? That dude just stood up.
Yeah.
Gosh, Harper was way behind. Those who had the Servino strikeout overs are happy to sell back-to-back case to start this game.
Yep.
The strikeout people, if you're looking to take that angle, though, you got to be careful because there are a couple new different rules with the World Baseball Classic. There's a 95 pitch limit tonight to keep in mind. So if anyone took any alts of plus 10 strikeouts, you're kind of reaching.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a factor that you have to keep in mind.
And more so, a rule we should keep in mind as we're watching this game. Other rules, I think there's a 5-run mercy rule at some point. Did I hear that correctly?
I don't know if it's in the semifinals, though. So that was one thing that I feel like you probably should have fact-checked that you didn't. But I doubt there's a mercy rule in the semifinals.
And we will have a ghost runner.
Yeah.
Get to the 10th.
Yeah. Are you sure about that? Because that's probably not true either. Is this all ChatGPT stuff that you're citing right now?
It's all from the internet.
Yeah.
The old internet.
The old internet. What's that? Bing.com?
I read it in an encyclopedia.
Geez, that sweeper is nasty for Severino.
I forgot he's over with Oakland now, I guess, and he was just fantastic last year.
Oh,
he
yeah.
looks good here.
Yeah, he's fired up with those hundos, man. Jerry's saying he believes it's 10 runs, so I'm guessing it goes to 10 runs in the semis.
Woo. There you go. Get on base, Judge, and let the big dog, the real big dog.
What did I say? Judge. Good time to do a
Hey,
little
kid.
bit of. Yep. Fortunately, you're ahead of me.
Yeah, I thought you were.
No.
But he worked that count pretty good. Servino came out with the gas, but he's already at 17 pitches, and he's about to face our boy. I had to get a fire Team USA hat, though, for the next go-round.
Yeah. You know, you're better off getting it like now. Like that, seriously.
Right.
After the tournament, get it now. You probably save like $30 and you have that bad boy ready for next go around. That's a nuts. He roped that. Let's go. I got to see if I can get my, here we go.
Oh,
Is it what I think it is? I feel like you would have reacted more.
yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean,
But now the next level's my boy's up. Henderson's about to drive in some runs to get this started. They've been starting Bregman at third base, and he's not starting tonight. Right?
yeah, Will Smith is the big one.
And Will Smith's the other one. Without a doubt, I think Henderson's a top 10 Major League Baseball player. So I'm not sure how he hasn't been in this lineup.
Yeah, because Cal Riley's been struggling as well.
Ooh.
All those lack of handshakes are catching up to him.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. Thinking too much.
Well, we have some downtime here.
I love gamemanship, but there's a certain you got to be good at it. There has to be a certain. It can't be too blatant, too obvious. You know, you got to have some. It has to. You got to have some character with it. His was straight.
What is your count right now? What's
My
the count?
2-0.
Okay. I think I caught it up. This is Slim's player of the game here. Yeah, my uncle actually called me yesterday. He was trying to get me to go to this game and then the championship as well. I'm like, there's no, that's not going to do it.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah, you can't do it with the Clearwater, right?
Yeah, the back-to-back's a lot. You know, it's a lot. All right, folks. Well, we have some downtime here. I know there's been a lot of rabid fans of the Red Corner Book Club. I just want to remind you here of what the book that we're doing this time around is, Future Value. It's been a pretty good read so far. Slim, what do you want to do? Maybe go until like April 15th for this one?
April 15th sounds good to me. Amazon, man, it was supposed to get delivered to Friday. I was down the shore, and it says it's delivered, and it's nowhere to be found.
Still?
I can't get something delivered to Philly. I can't get anything delivered to the shore. It's the most. I think I'm going to have to start buying the locker box storage. But I just reordered. Literally, I was like, "Oh, let me grab it." Because I went down the shore this weekend. Let me grab it. MIA. So reordered that. So I should have that. I think it's coming Tuesday.
Okay. Yeah, so guys, if you want to order this, Amazon, and we're doing a little, we do a little book club. So we just read a baseball book, and if you follow our Substack, which all of our information is in our YouTube details, so check our Substack at, we send a newsletter style message where we kind of follow the book along. You can kind of send comments. It's just a fun, engaging opportunity. So this is the current book, Red Corner Book Club. Jesus. Yeah, this game, I mean, they're saying this is this matchup, right? Skeens and these guys. I mean, it's about as good as it gets. one of the most talented baseball teams ever versus one of the most talented American pitchers in a long time. 23 years old. It's phenomenal theater. It really is. Look at that.
And
Look at that lineup.
and really, it's like a highlight for Skeens at this point.
Yes. It really is. Sub 2 ERA. Just ridiculous.
And all the trash I sometimes talk with a Cy Young stuff, even on lead in the show. Oh man.
Throw 7 pitches.
Saying they weren't competitive in a lot of games and there's really no pressure. Well, all that's out the window tonight, especially in this atmosphere. Like you said, it's a home game for the Dominican Republic. Whoa. It's weird watching with the sound off, right? And these headphones on.
Yes. Very weird. Just a long out. That's all that is. You're still a little ahead, but is what it is. Not as bad as before.
And that's not going to be an issue with the watch alongs come the Phillies season because we're all going to be together. So, chat, stay tuned for that. We got some big sponsors that are going to be sponsoring those shows for us. Have some big giveaways.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Some big parlays.
Yeah, we're going to be doing live watch-alongs, guys, where we're all in the same room. You'll see the location in the future. It's going to be a lot of fun. Have some fun guests. A lot of different people on. Christopher Sanchez is somehow still underrated. You're not wrong. Second Cy Young. The guy's still somehow underrated. Skeens is, I mean, what do you think? Best young American pitcher since, as far as like prospect goes?
Oh, Strasburg?
Yeah, probably Strasburg. Harper's former teammate. That's probably the answer. Or they're just like the no doubt about it. They're the next one up kind of guy. You know what I mean?
Here's the big dog soda. Whoop.
All right, so while this Soto at bat is going on, I have a question. Chat, this one's for you, so I want to hear your answers. Slim, you start off. Do not include holiday movies, okay? So do not give me a holiday movie as an answer. This is in spirit of the Oscars tonight. Which movie do you think you saw the most times?
So I know my answer.
Okay.
My answer is the Temptation movie.
Oh, wow.
It was a biopic. Legendary actors in it. Leon plays David Ruffin. Great performances. It was a 90s movie. Again, it was obviously it was a great 90s movie. It wasn't it might have been made for TV. It might have been a made for TV movie. I had the double cassette. Other ones though to round those out are Forrest Gump and Catch Me If You Can.
Okay, so
it would be my big 3.
Forrest Gump's in my big 3. So I had my big 3, and I'll give you my final one. Forrest Gump, The Departed, Gladiator.
Ooh.
So Forrest Gump, The Departed, and Gladiator. I landed on The Departed.
Wow.
I used to watch that DVD so many times. I used to love that movie. My mind was blown at the end, that elevator scene.
Yeah, right when he just it's the ends and it's gory, it's like it's
Very.
They show you That's why they're not mine. I wasn't watching. I mean, I would watch I seen a lot of gangster films a bunch of times, and I actually used to watch a lot of the Jason and like Halloween movies, going to bed on the weekends. I'd always put one in late at night and go to bed.
Yeah. 100%. Jerry in the chat with Remember the Titans, phenomenal movie. Yep, that's a bit Jerry, that's probably a top 10 or 15 one for me as far as the amount of times I've watched that. Slim, you being a football guy, you had to see that a lot.
Yeah, I've seen it a million times.
Yeah.
1
And
million
then
times for sure.
and Kick Butt Mortgage Guy, I love that
Tommy
handle.
Boy. Yeah,
Tommy
dude.
Boy, phenomenal movie. I love that movie. Love Chris Farley in general. Love him. What's your favorite Chris Farley movie, Slim?
Probably Tommy Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Or Dumb and Dumber.
He's not really in Dumb and Dumber. What do you think? Are you thinking of a different movie?
Think of a different movie.
Yeah, he's not in Dumb and Dumber.
Think of a different movie.
Yeah, he's in Big Daddy as the bus driver. I don't know if you're thinking about that. What movie are you thinking of?
No, I'm not sure what I'm thinking of. Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, so he's not in Dumb and Dumber. He is his big ones: Beverly Hills Ninja, right? Which he's hilarious in.
Right.
Tommy Boy, which he's hilarious in. Yeah, I think it's probably Tommy Boy for me as well.
Its biggest one for me is probably Shrek, and he didn't get a chance to make it. I was always compared to Chris Farley, so his movies, I was always like, screw this guy, to be frank.
Yeah.
And he's probably the reason why I stayed alive in college, because of his tragic life. I liked his SNL stuff more than his
Yes.
movies. The whole when he's eating the French fries, that whole bit.
Dude.
Man down by the river, that whole bit. Yeah, just those, and honestly, the physical comedy, and I love watching people talk about the guy, because he was very endearing, and you could tell these people really love this dude.
Oh yeah, 100%. And then Printify saying nice spring training hat. Appreciate that. So Slim and I were actually just down in Clearwater last week, and I got this at the shop at the ballpark. They have a ton of really cool like spring training specific hats. Slim, you got one as well, right?
Yeah, so there's a ton of hats down there. This one isn't. I was going to wear one of the ice cream cone hats that are down there. They got a lot of different Fanatic hats. They got the fitteds, they got the snapbacks, they got the what do they call it when it's like the trucker style, I guess, is when it's
snapback.
Yeah, but when it's like the open air snapbacks. You know what I'm talking about?
So
it's like that
yeah.
Velcro material.
I know what you're talking about.
The store, I think one of the reasons to go to Bayview is to hit the store up. I think that's one of the reasons to go to that park, to see what they have there, check it out, to grab some stuff. A lot of different unique merchandise there. 9 times in, that's hilarious.
Yes. Dude, that was us with Old School.
Dude,
we watched that so many times.
Yeah, but there's other stuff to be said about the 90s. Like, I'm 35. My cousin Jeff is 38. And he used to get up earlier than me. He would wake up earlier than me, get to the TV before me. And if he got to the TV before me, we were watching Steven Seagal all Saturday. Or we were watching Arnold Schwarzenegger like all day. So there was a whole demo of 90s kids who were just crushing those. Talk about action movies.
So it was a real race to the clicker, as we used to say back in the day.
And I was a wanderer, my ADHD. I'm just going through watching whatever, a cartoon for 30 minutes, something else.
Right.
Nope. Other people, they were focused. So Seagal Saturdays.
I love that. Super bad too, 100%, Shane. That was so good. Dude, I just rewatched Ace Ventura, the first one. Just Pet Detective. Dude, so damn funny, man. And my wife, Karen, she hates early Jim Carrey, and I love him. So it's that contrast. Like anytime it's on, I'm just crying, and she doesn't hate him. She doesn't get it.
I was watching Pinocchio today, the original cartoon, and it's funny how I don't recall half these scenes that are in this old cartoon. The one scene, he basically goes to bad boy land, like a bad boy land.
Yeah.
And they're just breaking house windows, They're smoking cigars, playing pool. Pinocchio's smoking a cigar in the Pinocchio movie we grew up with. You remember this?
No, I don't remember
Dude,
that at all.
dude, go I was like, "What?" And it's a good 10, 15-minute scene. The, Geppetto has to come and get him, but when he finds him, he's at the lounge smoking a cigar, shooting some pool with another badass kid.
I
I
don't know
couldn't
how many times I've even seen Pinocchio, to be honest. Like,
dude,
I'm curious.
yeah, same. I would have to ask you. You think you've seen it? Like you can imagine the old cassette, those plastic ones with the. We all know the
Right.
classic Disney Pinocchio.
So, let's stay on this theme. Chat, I wanna hear yours as well. I don't wanna hear Disney excuse me, I don't wanna hear holiday movies. Which Disney movie have you watched the most of? So don't give me if it's like a sequel of one, I wanna hear that. So, Slim, do you have one? Do you know off the top of your head, Disney movie you've seen the most?
What Disney movie have I seen the most? Man, let me think. All right, so there's Aladdin, there's Lion King,
Right?
and then Toy Story. I'm trying to think if
Yeah,
there's something
Pixar
that
counts.
I'm trying to think there was something that I was really, really heavy in with Disney. I had they're probably my top 3. I don't remember watching one over and 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 over again, but I remember having the old school Disney I had an old school Disney cassette, and
Okay.
it was sing-alongs, and it was the performers from, like, Disney World, like, the people in the costumes, and one was, like, all the villains all dancing around singing a song, and the next one would be, like, Winnie the Pooh, and then it would end on, "When you wish upon a star." It was like a music
Yeah.
video of all these different songs. So I probably watched those old sing-along Disney cassettes more than I watch any one movie, but the top 3 would be Aladdin, Lion King, and Toy Story 1.
Dude, Aladdin's so good.
Yeah,
I just watched Aladdin, like, um, the genie's so funny in that.
yeah,
Robin Williams is an absolute beast.
yeah, they're all really, really good.
So we've had some monster answers in the chat on this. So Toy Story from Jerry. We have Eric in the chat saying, I have watched Lion King and Rescuers Down Under 1 million times. Phenomenal call out with Rescuers Down Under. That movie is awesome. Love that. Toy Story for sure. And then Winnie the Pooh as well. Winnie the Pooh Disney? Is that a violation that I don't know that?
No, it's Disney, it's
It
Disney.
is? Okay.
Mhm.
I feel
Used to
like it
be
doesn't get brought in a
brought
lot
up
though.
as much.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jesus. Alright, we got some bum, 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 bum,
Yeah, so I
bum,
feel like
bum.
my answer is most likely it's probably Toy Story. Yeah, probably Toy Story. Toy Story or Lion King. I don't have a unique one. So Finding Nemo and Monsters Inc. were repeats. Oh, I used to love Monsters Inc. was awesome. That was what's
The Grinch animated I've seen a million times. If that counts as Disney, that 100% is up there.
the Grinch animated 100%. Yeah. Finding Nemo. Yeah. So what is the thing in Finding Nemo when he has the sock on him? It's a 50-45 or whatever the hell he says. You know
That's
what I'm talking about?
The Finding Nemo Monsters Inc. is when I started falling out with the Disney, I would say. I remember Ralph's little brother, like, Ralph being able to quote all of it because he knew Monster Inc. word for word for word. And
Right.
I really knew Monster Inc. through watching it at school with Ralph.
Phew. Dude, Skeen just painted a K off of Machado there. That pitch was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
And I got bad news. I got
What's
bad
that?
news. I got bad news. So, as you know, my laptop sucks. I only have I have 2 USB outlets, but the
Okay.
one is non-functioning, and both my charger and my camera use a USB-C outlet.
Okay.
So at some point, my video quality is gonna go down.
That's fine.
I don't know why. I guess it's because I got so much fucking shit plugged into it. The
Yeah.
battery I mean, I'm gonna let me
Yeah,
see how
whenever it happens, it
how
happens. We'll
does
be all right.
this look? Does this oh boy, look at that. Let me turn my light back on.
All right. So Printify just says, Devo, what's your take? Is Harper really that unhappy about Dombrowski's not a league comment? It's a good question, man. And honestly, we've talked about it a lot on the pod. I think I know what you're getting at. Like the question is a lot of this just public sparring just because Harper's almost unhappy with the fact that Dombrowski mentioned it in public. How much does it actually bother him behind the scenes? I would say it doesn't bother him as much as people are making out to be. I think him and Dombrowski had a conversation at this point, as they all said. Middleton said the same thing. I think it was just a slip of the tongue, and we are over it at this point. Obviously, there we go, baby. Not good.
Yeah.
Damn it.
It's only a solo boy, though. Like I
Yep.
said, our homers are going to be in bunches, and that's why we got that's you live with a solo home run.
Yep. And then Shane in the chat, you called it, brother. So yes, you did.
He's your new favorite player, Shizzy. It seems like he's going to be your boy this year. He's a beast. He's a beast.
But yeah, to answer your question, Printify, I think it's just at this point it's going to be a headline depending on how the year goes. Unfortunately, if the year's not going well, knock on wood, that's going to be a bullshit headline all year. I think it'll be behind us in April if we're playing good baseball.
You see, it says Printify says, "Great to see reasonable Genie wishes back at it for 2026." Is that a shout out to our Genie episode, brother? Thank you.
Yes, yeah, that's a weekly thing. An annual thing. I don't know if you recall from the previous year, we had the masks on as well.
Mask cake this year.
Yeah. We have
Yeah. I just got to double all my equipment and have multiple locations set up, brother. That's what I've come to realize.
Yeah. So Eric in the chat, going back to the Monsters Inc. thing, it's a 23-19, 23-19. That was an all-time quote.
What is the best non-Disney cartoon movie?
Oh, good question. Best non-Disney cartoon movie. Okay, so let's think about this. So what are the big non-Disney series?
So cartoons, you think Looney Tunes, but it's not like they got a movie, right?
Oh, well, no, yes, they do. And I have an answer. Oh, no, I almost said a really dumb answer. Never mind. I almost said an extremely goofy movie, which is obviously Disney. Because that was a great
movie.
The Goofy movie was great.
Yeah. Yeah. And the music was great. I'm a sucker for all those nostalgic accounts. I don't care. Anytime I see like old video games or the Goofy movie, I'm interacting.
Hold on. We have the answer to that question. This is 100% correct. Oh, sorry, hold on.
Yeah, you did.
This is it right here. Land Before Time.
Yes,
you are correct.
Yeah,
that is exactly the answer. Kick butt mortgage guy.
Everybody was watching Land Before Time. There's no doubt about it.
Yes, that was phenomenal.
What was that main dinosaur's name? It was emotional. Dude. And they had what, 2 or 3? I remember having siblings getting very upset that Littlefoot.
Littlefoot, good call by you. Good pull.
Is there?
Damn.
See, I don't watch Chris Farley movies, but I was watching Littlefoot.
Yeah, no, that's a great call by you. Dude, the chat is on one tonight. We got a lot of good bangers here. Honestly, the one that I watched the most is probably Mighty Ducks. Used to put it on bed every night. Oh, 100%, dude. Mighty Ducks was phenomenal. Goldberg. Dude, Goldberg. I used to think Goldberg was. You see Goldberg nowadays? Holy shit! Have you seen him?
Does he look like Artie Lang?
He looks worse than Artie Lang. Yeah, God bless him. Yeah, Goldberg.
Dude, I mean, I know we don't like to get into the gossip, but what about the blood on blood 94 1? The one we got Spike and Daddy fighting.
Wait, what? I was reading the chat. I'm sorry. What are you saying?
I said, I know it's another show, but we're all Philly adjacent. And truth be said, everyone's making their comments. John Marks, other people have come out. And we do, this whole broadcasting sports radio personality thing, we understand that Angelo Catali was very, very popular for a long time. Isn't it hilarious that we're seeing, hey, it's Catali, but more so Howard Eskin talking about 94-1 where her son's at? You know, his son has to like come out and like say something about it.
Well, yeah, now I'm following. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's an absolute dirtbag move to do that
Yeah, what
by
the hell?
Cataldi, to say it's unlistenable. You
I
were on that
know.
station for 33 something years. And then like a year after you're on it, you're going to say it's unlistenable. Like that's no one. And if anyone that sees him say that and thinks that that's a good move, first of all, he used to say all the time how he wasn't from Philly. We all accept him. He's from like Rhode Island or something, right?
Right, the New York
He
thing.
came down here and he faked that he even cared about it. And then he faked his whole shtick for 30 years. People accepted him for it. And then you're going to like shit on this station. That's a low move, man.
Yeah,
I thought, yeah,
he's ruthless, man.
yeah,
And at this point, yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely ruthless and just.
Yeah, I thought that was classless by both of them.
But with Howard, it's like Howard and Spike, just like it's.
Yeah, who knows what's going on there. So,
And Spike isn't the showrunner anymore, right? So he's not like the main guy. Not saying that all these
right.
title matter, but I think there's a couple names that might be that have his old position per se, title wise.
Well, if you remember back in, and I'm going to get the years wrong. Let me just say 10 years ago, when Mike Miss was kind of in his prime, there was a little bit of competition between these two stations, right? And a lot of that was due to the fact that we were getting to the point where everyone was getting tired with the Cataldi Eskins of the world, right? So Mike Miss came in, and I thought he was better than them. Let's put it real. And now everyone's got. First of all, you're going to get tired of any host ever if you just keep listening to them all the time. There's always going to be an element of that. So I know people have exhaustion with Mike Miss for various ways, various reasons. But the reality was, back in that time, Miss was better than them. There's no doubt about it, in my opinion. And then when they all retired, meaning Cataldi and Eskin, I thought WIP just completely took over everything as far as 97.5, in my opinion.
Yeah, and the one thing is Mike Missinelli, he was fresh for a little bit. Getting into the groove and liking something for a little bit, getting tired of it, forgetting about it for months, maybe even years at a time, then going back to it. That happens all the time in
Yes.
all different types of media formats. And I think, and I love it because I've seen him since the 10 o'clock slot. I don't really get to listen too much anymore. But Joe DeCamera, I think, I mean, I'm not saying that Catali didn't pave the way or nothing like that, but the camera's good at his job. I think he's good. He's good at being that
100%.
that pest.
So he's saying,
Italian
I
him
feel
by
like Mike missed best years or 2014, 2019. That might be what I'm referencing, Eric.
I'm with you,
By the
Eric.
way, I love the fact that Eric's able to comment from X because I wasn't sure if people were able to do that. So that's excellent to see that.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So that's great. Chat, I'm trying to catch up here, guys. I apologize.
And he was better. He was more willing to talk about the Sixers, right?
Yeah.
Instead of just throwing them under the bus, and we were, the Sixers were fun at a point.
Well, so Mike's thing for me was like, there's a certain level. I always say when people ask me about this podcast, right? Like, there's a certain level of you're not 100% yourself once a camera, you got the microphone on is, right? Like, you and I, we're not the same exact person that we are when we're sitting at the bar having a beer, right? But we're about 98, 99%, right? Cataldi is like 90%, 80% of who he actually is, right? A lot of that was like a shtick, personality. Howard
Right.
Eskin, same thing. Mikey Miss, I thought, did a good job of being a little bit more sober and closer to who he actually was, which I think people appreciated. That's what I personally appreciated. I think the camera's the same way.
Yeah, the camera. I mean, I do think the camera's being himself.
Yeah,
but
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Was Air Bud Disney?
No, right? I don't think so.
I don't know, brother. You got the wrong guy. All right, USA with a knock there. So top of the third, USA down 1. Man on first.
And Harper's batting high in these lineups.
Yeah, that'll be a storyline. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Is he sending them? Gets it. All right, there we go. That is a giveaway.
Murder throw now, baby.
That's a giveaway, boys. That's a giveaway. Harper double.
Boys. Here comes Judge. Here comes Schwarber.
So, Slim, after this inning, we're going to announce the first giveaway, okay? Because, chat, I want to remind you, every single extra base hit from anyone on Team USA, giveaway. Any hit at all from a Phillies player, meaning Schwarber or Harper, giveaway. So that's a giveaway for the Harper hit. Harper needed that 100%, Eric. Absolutely. And great call out here from Memphis Mike, Jungle Book, baby. Bare necessities. Oh, dude, great call on the Jungle Book.
Yeah.
Great call. We got to do damage here. All rise.
And this is something where Servino probably doesn't have a ton of information. We talked about the information highway and the information grab that these teams may or may not be able to do it. And Andy Pettit even came out and said he's having a hard time with the turnaround, giving his pitchers all the information on these hitters. So Servino, who we saw is amped up, he's already at 48 pitches. He probably doesn't have all that bio baseball metric stuff. So he's going to really have to outpitch these guys or outgun them. And this isn't the lineup to do that to. Judge and Schwarber aren't the guys to try to just blow by without having some deep info on what they're not going to be great at.
Judge is so good, dude. Like looking at his baseball reference.
He doesn't even look real when he's up there. We don't get to see the Yankees. I mean, oh, well, that's a nice pitch, though.
Mike's saying that Robin Hood is a close second for him. Robin Hood was a
Robin Hood was a classic, yeah. Robin Hood was a classic.
Banger. That's a big hit by Harper, man. I'm really happy for him that he got that hit. Good eye, Judge.
Mike, do you remember Pinocchio and the Bad Boys Land where they're all smoking cigars and just shooting pool? And breaking windows? It looked like in Fishtown, we call that Freely Street. You're 8 or 9.
Oh, boy. Judge goes down swinging. That's a big spot to strike out, but, it's going to happen. That's unfortunate. Very big spot.
Yeah, it is.
That's a nasty pitch.
Mike said he does remember. I was watching it this morning. I caught about 25 minutes of it.
That's incredible. Sorry, we're locked in. These big at-bats going to be a little bit more quiet, guys. While they're doing this mound visit, I have a little topic I want to discuss.
You want to pick the second winner real fast?
We'll do the second winner after the inning because there might be more hits.
Okay.
Yeah, so you want to announce that. So what we're going to do giveaways. We're going to do a just a merch from our website. So we're going to send you guys out the stuff from our website. So we'll you're just going to get a random. There'll be goodies though. Yeah, we'll do the giveaway between the innings, just so we get the full capture here. All right, Schwarber up, big spot here. Stares at a 97-mile-per-hour cutter on the upper right corner of the box. Dude, his sweeper has the most ridiculous movement. Feels very tense in Lone Depot Park right now. This would be incredible. Schwarber gets a big knock early here.
Bomb, dude. It looks like one's coming. One's coming.
You just threw me off, dude.
I threw you off?
Yeah, because you said one's coming.
Yeah, I think he's going to hit one.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a wink to me that it already happened.
No.
I got very excited.
Yikes.
Crikey. Damn, he's jacked up. That was a nasty pitch, dude. Oh, that sucked.
All right, I got to grab this charger real fast. When I come back, I want to answer Printify's question.
All right, so here we go.
Did I bring that up or did you? Oh, cool. I can click in and I can click on two on my side, and as I clicked, you must have clicked at the same exact time.
That's funny.
Yeah, give me one quick second. And chat, full disclosure, I'm sorry about the video quality, but I'm going to need probably 30 minutes.
You're saying the video quality in the future because it's fine right now.
Yeah, it's about to get jacked up.
100%.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You're fine, dude. Yeah, so no sport has a playoff atmosphere in the preseason like this. Love it. 100% right. I was just thinking about this. Spring training. Think about the contrast of the Grapefruit League and what these guys are doing right now. The Phillies have Garrett Stubs playing left field to get some looks, and Kyle Schwarber is taking at bats that are like World Series atmosphere. The contrast of that is insane. Completely agree. Jerry, I agree. You can't just watch that pitch. I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously hitting Severino is not easy, but you would have loved to see a little bit of wood on that ball there. I'm going to bring up a question to you, a topic while Slim's away here, folks. Cashiers, right? And I want to preface with, I've done every job in the world. I've washed dishes, I've cooked, I've bartended, I've bar backed, I've done it all. Nowadays, a cashier, it's just like the interaction is rough. So have you guys noticed that you can't even get a word out of these folks? It's like pulling teeth. I don't know what it is. It's just, I know it's these. It's 100% these. But nowadays, that interaction, I don't know. They got to train these folks because it's a whole different animal. Have you guys noticed that, chat? Like, what can we do about this? Or are we just cooked moving forward? Want to hear your thoughts on that. Slim's camera's gone. I went to a store earlier, and I'm not going to name the store, obviously. And I'm just you walk in there, you're trying to small talk the guy, and it's like it was pulling teeth. And you're right, dude, it's brutal. I feel like I'm driving every single interaction in these stores to customer. 100%. It's like, and again, this was and I'll give you my conversation because I'm not going to say the store because I wouldn't want to be disrespectful like that. It was a comic book type memorabilia store, and I said to you, I completely agree. Walking zombies, dead to the world. I agree, and I'm a talker. I'm the same way. I walk into this like memorabilia comic book type store, right? And the guy says to me, "Hey, sir, how's it going?" And I just, talking to him like, "Oh, this is a really cool store." Like, I feel like this type of store was gigantic in the 80s and 90s. You know, the memorabilia, comic book vibe store where they got cool shirts, everything. And it's like, I was like, and I feel like they're having a rebirth. And it's just like, oh, yeah. And it's just like, oh, no, yeah. Nothing. Just like nothing. Like it's like a bad date. You feel like you're on a bad date every time you're talking to them.
Wow, look at this shit.
It's not that bad, dude.
Look at this. I'm sorry, chat. And yeah, I was going to actually do some, I was thinking about content ideas and stuff.
Yeah.
And even just to mess around with. And making it like super, like I said earlier, we rush you, you know. We see a red rider out, it's likely that the red corner crew will spot you before before you spot us sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
And I think to that point, just going up and just having more human personal reactions and just random conversations, you know, getting back to just we're talkers. When I went off air just now, I knew you'd be talking about something. It wouldn't be anything to worry about. And just getting back to having random conversations with people, whether it be about movies, whatever, just like bringing up random stuff. I love it. I love chit chatting. I love it.
And also, I'm trying to meet the person in the middle, right? Like I understand they have a job where they have to small talk all day, right? So I'm trying to meet you in the middle. I'll meet you at the 60. I'll go 60. You give me 40. We're not getting even 10.
Oh, well, if it's like you said, if it's a sales deal, that's one thing. I'm talking about just meeting people in the street and just going up to them, be like, "Yo, what's up, dude?
Yeah.
You're just bird watching over here. What?
Well, this was at like a comic book store, and my wife was dying because anytime I'm in that situation, she's cracking up, right? Because she's gonna crush me after the fact. But I was talking to this guy, and it's just like it
Yeah, and
was
that's why. And I said meet someone on the street, but yeah, if you're at a place, and I'm not talking about the cashier, but there's other people checking something out because you're already have a shared interest. You know, like I was
100%.
talking about Wildwood earlier. Eric asked about going hooked on books. I go on hooked on books maybe a couple times each summer, and when I'm in there, I'm usually, I guess I do. I guess it's mostly the cashier that I'm chit chatting and asking questions to.
Jerry, I see your question here. It's an improvement. I'm not sure. Clarify that for us if you don't mind, Jerry. Not sure where I'm trying to follow what's going on here. Slim, you wanted to go through the question earlier with Nola's question. So let's go back to Printify's. So do you think that Aaron Nola bounce back is real after his WBC performance or Team Italy, or are we still worried about his 2025 consistency? You want to cook on that, Slim?
Yeah, no, I think it's real. I think he, like, as we've been saying the last 2 weeks, he's ramped up earlier. His velocity's up relative to where it was last year. Not saying he's throwing gas.
Right.
And then after that, he still has other pitches that he can work off of. We know he put a lot of good training in. He's trying to fix things. You're seeing that around the majors where these guys where they have weak spots, they're trying to see what they are and they're trying to hone them in. So as a vet, he knows he has to get better and better at his craft this year. And I think this offseason, he really did. And there's jokes about even year Nola, but I think he's going to have a strong year.
Dude, well said. Yeah, I mean, the only thing I would add, and I know you touched on a lot of this, is we can really hang our hats on the injury aspect, right? Like anytime that you're really hoping, for me personally, anytime I'm hoping for a bounce back type year from a player, I want to see something I can bite my teeth into, like an injury, right? So now that he's further away from that injury, let's hope that he's healthy. And like Slim, like you just said, this velo, right? What can we actually see? The velo is something that we can see. He's higher than he's been in years at this point of the season. So we can actually see there's been improvements. And look, and he's been pitching well in the WBC. So hey, man, I don't think we're going to get top 5 in Cy Young Aaron Nola like we had in prior years, but I think we're going to get a better Aaron Nola. Jerry, I'm following you. He's saying your picture quality is actually an improvement. So it's not that bad, dude. Don't worry about it. Basic conversation, small talk is a lost art. Absolutely. 100% it is.
These people, man. Eric, there's people that I know. I know Eric. I know your cousin, right? Devo, myself.
Yeah.
We are the type that just want to corner you though sometimes. And some of these these people are like, what the hell? You actually brought it up when we what about in Clearwater? You're very nice. We let a local be our tour guide, Missy, right? Remember Missy?
Oh boy. Oh my
Right?
god. Oh
And
yeah.
that
You want to talk about that?
yeah, long story short, nobody knows anything. When it comes to the buses and trolleys, you kind of just go about your way. And I'm talking about okay. Um Tatis is he's out.
That's a cannon, baby.
That's not you
Nice.
don't make the third out at third base. You don't make the third out at third base.
Dum
Tatis.
dum. See, the
Mm.
baseball gods will punish him for that.
Yep.
The baseball gods will punish him for that.
Yep.
Yeah. So
You're not playing. I don't even know who you guys even played before, but you're not playing them. You're playing Team USA. And I don't care if there's an old book in England that references baseball. USA made the game, and you just try to take an extra base with 2 outs, and it's not going to happen.
I love that. So what Slim's talking about is we were in Florida. Yeah. Let me just back up there. So we were in Florida. We were down in Clearwater. So I'm down there with my wife. Slim's down there with his wife. So we had a little bit of a nice trip to Dunedin, which is a really nice town, a little bit north of Clearwater. So my dumbass, I talked to the front desk, right? And I have ADD like Slim, right? So the front desk, I'm standing there with my wife. They're giving me information. I'm half listening. I could have sworn they told me the trolley in front of the hotel will take you straight to this place, Dunedin, right? You jump on the 78, right? That's what we were getting off my stones busted the rest of the trip, 78, 78. So we go there. The first woman says, oh, no, this isn't the 78, but I'll take you to where the 78 takes us. So now we're on trolley 1. So now I'm already looking like a
Let me pause you. We
Yeah.
got local input. You know,
Yeah.
the guy was like, "This is how it works. Just ask the bus person." So
Yeah.
then that's one local input and one bus person. All
Right.
Now we're on that first bus. Go ahead.
So now we're on the first bus, right? We get the first local input. The woman says this isn't going to take you to Dunedin. I'll take you to where we go to the Dunedin, though. So then we get off our first bus, and which was like we could have walked there. It was like 2 blocks away. We get on the second bus.
Right.
This lady says this is the bus that takes you to Dunedin. So we get on it. Did not take us to Dunedin. So we're now on this bus with this woman, Missy, who's like now is going to be like a character for the rest of our lives, who's like saying she's the tour guide. So she's a super nice lady, and she leads us to Slim, the Scientology building in Clearwater. We're left off there. We're standing there. It's in the middle of nowhere. It was a disaster. I dropped the ball.
And the point being, when I'm going back to starting small conversations, we let this small conversation, and then I just allowed myself to get rushed basically almost into a not into Scientology, I guess. I was getting pretty captivated.
He was converting.
I was about to cross the street and check out the building.
So,
I think I got the online stream if we want to catch it.
So we ended up in front of the Scientology building, and this woman is trying to tell us to wait for the next bus, the 78. At this point, honestly, we were probably an hour and 15 minutes into our trek. I wanted to be there an hour ago. Mm-hmm. So I was like, all right, I'm sorry. I dropped the ball here. I'm calling an Uber. I tried to be, fun local guy. Didn't work. What is that? Let's see here. I like that. Good call, Jerry. Wow, the judge has ruled you're out. Don't run on judge.
I'm going to try one thing here.
I don't care. I operate in the world where a meeting with me is memorable for the folks I chat. I love it, man. And you have a great speaking voice, Mike. I've seen on your socials, and you're a great conversation guy. I'm with you, man. The art of storytelling is going, right? Like one of my favorite things with talking to old timers, right? And obviously that varies, the age varies based off who you're talking to. but I love the old school storytelling. Like I like just sitting back and listening to someone telling a story. And sometimes when we're talking to our relatives, we got to hear the same story many times, right? I know my grandfather has told me the same story probably 30 times, but I still, you bite your teeth, bite your tongue rather.
And the reality of what's real and what's not. As you grow older, it's like, okay, it's hard to tell. Some far-fetched tales, and often this has happened to me my whole life. I would do something, or I would have a great story because we always love sharing stories, right? And if they were funny, I would tell my family would tell their friends, and we would just tell funny stories that happened to our everyday lives living in Fishtown, Kensington area, right?
Yeah.
And oftentimes I would catch, and God bless her, but I would catch my mother, and she would be stealing my stories, telling her, replacing herself where I was, and things that me and you were doing and stuff like that, and she would reshare.
That's so funny.
Just to get the punchlines to stuff. That was you? Yes.
Slim, is my mic okay?
Yeah, your mic sounds good.
Because someone in the chat just asked what happened with my mic. I'm good?
Maybe because you're holding it?
Oh, you're asking where? Oh, the reason I'm holding it, brother, is because I'm in a different section in my studio room because we're doing a watch along. I have a TV over here where you guys can't see, so I don't have my my arm thing set up here. There we go, baby. Tie ball game. There's your guy, Slim. Damn, cash that ticket, baby. Good call. There you go, baby. Good call.
Shout out. There was a few people on my Facebook too, shouting Henderson, not shouting Henderson out for a big hit, but just like getting into how come this guy isn't in there, And I was not sure if he should be playing second or third, but here putting him in there for Bregman at third, I love it, dude. I love this guy.
100%.
I love all the shortstop position is absolutely filthy right
now. Oh yeah, it's so good.
Happens quick, doesn't it?
Yes, he did. Slim did call it. Kudos there, man.
Thank you. We still got more baseball left.
Oh, yeah, a lot of baseball left. Top of the fourth here, 1-1.
See, Frankenstein, I'll tell you what, I heard it was a lot of AI, a lot of CGI, and I heard it hit a lot of those ADHD plot points where they're just like reiterating things throughout the movie, and it didn't really turn the dial. That's what Ben Affleck said.
He said that about Frankenstein because that is like a trend right now. Are you making that up?
No. Ben Affleck didn't say it. Roger Avery said it on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Got it. No, that's a new trend, which is funny because I have noticed that. So Netflix has been tapping into people's lack of attention span now, and they want the plots to be very obvious and repeated. And it's funny because I have noticed that, like in the dialogue of things where it's like, that didn't seem natural. Like you're repeating, like, oh, we're walking down to the beach. Like, yeah, obviously you're doing that. You don't have to just do it. Don't tell us that you're doing it.
I was trying to go see a movie even yesterday. There was nothing really out, at least where I was at. I saw some movie theaters still play all the shorts that are nominated, and it runs almost 5 hours.
Oh, that's cool.
That's something I might look into.
That's really cool.
If everybody knows about the shorts.
Slim, do the giveaway now.
All right, cool.
Pick something in the chat for a giveaway because we had an extra base hit. So from Harper.
We had 2.
Oh yeah, 2. So we have 2 giveaways.
Okay, so I think the one has to be going to Michael Wayne Timms here.
Yep.
For his 90s callbacks, right?
Yes, 100%.
We asked for non-Disney movies, and he came with the heaters. Jungle Book. There's a few more in there that he dropped. So let's give it to Michael Wayne. And that is kudos as well, because I know that the Butt Kick Mortgage also dropped something. But stay in the chat. There's more to come.
Yeah, so actually speaking, so we're going to have 2 giveaways here because of the 2, because we just had the homer as well, right?
Yep.
So Kick Butt Mortgage, you're also going to win something. So
yep. Beautiful. They're the 2.
Yeah, so Mike reach out. We'll be in contact. We'll send you out. We'll send you something else from our website. And then, oh yeah, by the way, theredcornerpod.com, theredcornerpod.com. If you guys want to check out any of the stuff we have, we've been trying to partner with some local artists. Slim mentioned this earlier. Slim, what was her name?
Colleen Bailey.
Colleen Bailey. She's very talented. She's a local girl, but she's actually out in California right now. So she's doing a lot of our designing. We're gonna be upping our design game. So we have a couple cool designs on our website right now, which actually was one of our early giveaways. But we're gonna send you out some stuff. So Kick Butt Mortgage, you see our socials right there. DM me, brother. DM me, and we will get your information and send it over to you. And by the way, this is a good time to talk about the giveaway policy. So here's our giveaway policy. If 3 months passes and we don't hear back from you, expired, right? I'm not reaching out a million times at that point. We've had a couple people. I'm honest about it, right? So I reach out. We have a whole new shipping system now. We were a little bit slow in the past. Not anymore. 2026, we upped our game. I'm sure some people noticed they just got some stuff. Oh, very funny. Look at this. You got some comments about your corner protectors of your artwork.
Thank you. I'm keeping up with the Clearwater vibes.
Well, I think they're actually breaking your chops.
Oh,
Slim, take the corner protectors off your wall art. Slim,
I'm
are
a
those
traveling man. More corner protectors. I mean, I'll tell you what. I didn't know they even were there. That was a blind spot for me until you guys even said it. That's funny.
That is funny.
Take the corner protectors off.
All right, so I actually got to write this stuff down so I don't have to go back to the episode.
Man, good time for Anthony. Did I just call this one too? I did. Good time for Roman Anthony to home run. As I was saying,
let's go, baby. Roman Anthony. Dude, you're on fire right now. You're locked in. You're locked in.
Yep. Without baseball, I'm not alive.
You're not alive. That's your supplementary income right there, dude. Let's see here. All right, so
this is what about vacation? Bones is on vacation. We love going on vacations. We see gas is hitting $4 a gallon. You know the ticket prices are going to go higher and higher and higher on flights. For a regular family, if you go on 2 vacations, that's like well over $10,000, and over like 10 years, that's $100,000. So what are we thinking about these vacations?
Vacations are nuts. Yeah.
I'm watching Pinocchio and we're talking Disney vacations.
Well,
and
dude,
we got to be calling sponsors. We got to be, I got to be filming myself more.
Well, the biggest thing is, I don't know. I didn't tell you this. First of all, the airlines are a disgrace now. Absolute disgrace. Frontier and Spirit, disaster. Frontier and Spirit, absolute disaster. Honestly, and I say this sincerely, airlines are like this weird, like, I don't want to think like I know they're not a government organization but there's such a limited, it's like an oligopoly, I believe is the technical term. There's so many limited airlines that they can be shitty, but Frontier and Spirit should be, it's insane. It's insane. I could go on an absolute whole, oh my God, I just can't even get it out of my, they've overbooked by 20 people. 20 people. My grandmom didn't even have a flight on the way back from Florida. So my uncle had to stay back. She used his flight. They overbooked by 20 people. And they just give you the finger because you can't do anything. You stand there, they take your money. So for months and months and months, we reserve this. And then they just don't, I don't know what it is, dude. It's crazy. But they need to be, yeah.
I didn't have, my experience wasn't great by no means. I already don't like flying a lot. I got out of there on a Wednesday around 3:00, and it wasn't too bad. I kind of ran over. kind of ran through TSA and all. But I'm hearing now with the tarmacs and the gates that people that were supposed to arrive 8 o'clock Wednesday night last week. Jim
Yeah.
Salisbury said this. He arrived. He didn't get to his hotel till like 2, 3 in the morning. Which I guess honestly, I got to mine about 11 too. 11:30, 12 that first time trying to get there, and I was at the airport by like 3 o'clock.
Yeah. I mean, I feel bad because I know a lot of hardworking people work for these companies, but that's what it is.
Sure.
It's because there's
Yeah.
like 5 different airlines nowadays that actually matter. So they can just be crappy. And shout out to you, Johnny Baseball, John Hunter,
About to have a big year, huh?
friend of the show. Roman Anthony, he's a easy guy to be very excited about. And this is a signature moment for him, John. I mean, unbelievable. Good for you guys. I'm happy for you guys.
Oh man, PCA getting it done the Justin Crawford way.
Yup. I love it. The Justin Crawford way. PCA, he's a stud, dude. He's a guy. You know how baseball talks about like how they're trying to get people's personalities out there now? He's a very interesting guy. You hear him on the mic. Like I want to hear more from him. He's very interesting. Shout out to you, Printify, Roman Anthony, your guy. And Mike said, I travel American because of my credit card miles. Find a good card, pay all your bills with it, pay it off every month. Smart, man. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I gotta look into American.
Yeah.
I gotta check out my card options and start doing that. We who do we have? We had the one, but we have gotten some free hotels and such like that, but it's just and it's it's my taste as well. It's just it's just gotta earn more. That's why we do what we do.
I flew American to Florida, and then I flew Spirit back or Frontier back. I think they're actually owned by the same company last time I checked. But anyway, the only reason I did that was because of the time. That's what you get jammed up in, right? When you need a certain time and you're like, oh, I'll just fly Frontier. And every single time it's a nightmare. Every single time.
Yep.
So John's saying parents were actors. Mom was in Little Big League for those who don't know. Oh, very cool. I did not know that. So Roman Anthony's parents were actors.
No. PCA. That's one of Bones's go to. That's a Bones homage right there.
Oh, okay. I was gonna
he gets brought up, talks about the kid's mom.
I was gonna say I never heard that once.
Yeah, so Roman Anthony looks like he could be one of these dark horses for MVP types in the AL.
So we gotta do a giveaway. So let's
Yeah, it's a lot of giveaways.
Yeah, so let's do Johnny Baseball. There's a giveaway for you, brother.
Yeah, it's his guy.
Yep, you get that. Johnny Baseball. We're gonna send the giveaway your way.
And I can't believe I gave Michael and Printify a giveaway and they come at my corner protectors.
Yo, dude, no
Or they're
bias.
just helping me out. They're helping me out.
Yeah, winner's a winner. Yeah, I could go on and on for. I got you, John. PCA. Yeah, no, I was looking at your comment in the chat. I was gonna say, I knew PCA because, like Slim said, Adam Bones has mentioned that a few times. Like, damn, I'd never heard the Roman Anthony connection with actors as well. But congratulations on your giveaway. All right, I have another topic here for you, Slim. And this is not to embarrass you, but this is just to go through the trends of kind of how college basketball has changed. Can you name one college basketball player right now?
Can I name one college basketball player right now? So I know there's the kid that's playing for BYU. I can't pronounce his name.
Okay.
And I know that there's Boozer, who I believe plays for Duke.
Okay.
And I believe Gilbert Arenas' son plays for. I seen him play. Who was he on? He was playing for UCLA, I believe.
Okay.
And he was very good.
So is Boozer Carlos Boozer's son?
Yes.
So you're going all to former players' sons, which, by the way, that's 2 more than I would have gotten.
Yeah,
So-
I seen Arenas. I didn't even see Boozer play. I seen Arenas play. I think he was playing Penn State. and I'm trying to think of his first name because it's not Gilbert Arenas Jr. or something else,
Got it.
and he's awesome.
Like his father.
Yeah,
But the point was, it's just crazy how much like we should be locked in. Like just the whole
absolutely.
NIL, the transfer portal. It just changed everything so much.
And I was following a little bit with the transfer portal. I understand the transfer portal. I do think it's kind of cool how you can flip over a team. Oh, Alex Carabin, he's still playing on UConn. So
Okay.
if I went back and tried to think of some vets who hung around that were good 2 years ago, I could probably think of some names still.
No, but you got two or three. That's impressive. Good pulls by you.
But again, with the nostalgia, the old clips of the old players you used to see.
All right,
There's a couple.
I have an answer for this here. So if the Phillies bullpen struggles early, who is the one sleeper arm you want to see get the call up? All right, let's see here. So McCambly's the guy. He's the Rule 5 guy. Obviously, that's a little bit wonky because if he doesn't make the team, who knows where that goes, right? But I would say McCambly is the guy that I really had my eyes on. He has not looked great in spring. Like, let's just call it what it is. But he was the guy that I've been very excited about. Now, the other guy, the Backus has been phenomenal. Kyle Backus, the side armor, he just struck out the side the other day. Those are two names that you may or may not be aware of, but if you've been locked in, the Backus, McCambly, Slim, any other bullpen guys you want to give a shout out?
No, I was under the impression that McCambly, because of Rule 5, he doesn't make the team. He probably won't be around.
Right.
So, Backus and Sugar, I thought they were all in a battle to be on this team. Now, who are the guys that go even deeper than that? Well, that's a deep, deep pool now. And I think they were trying to potentially even sign a starter type dude
Right.
for full that depth. So I think they're the three guys that we're looking at. After that, if we're going deep into the minors for an arm, um, yeah, we'll see who they call up.
Right. There's
Because
McFarland. There's Gage Wood is another one to be exciting.
Wood, yeah, I don't think Wood yet because he has an innings thing. We want to ramp him up. So I don't think it's going to be Gage Wood. Uh, there's a name. Who's the dude I drafted?
Mike Gage Wood. Yeah, I could call Mike. I just saw you said Gage Wood as well.
Yeah, but like I said, with Gage Wood, there's an innings thing. They want to probably see him get more innings, and they even want him to be potentially be a starter. I think he had 50 innings last year, so they want to see him maybe get a little bit more innings before bringing him up to the pros.
Right.
Uh, there's a guy with a bland name that I think I drafted in our thing,
Seth Johnson.
Seth Johnson.
Yeah, Seth Johnson's a name. I mean, the starters down there, you got Alan Ron, right? He's one of the big Lehigh Valley starters. But yeah, the Backus is someone I think we can be excited about because he gives you that unique look out of the bullpen for sure. Just keep an eye on him. Who are you thinking, Printify? Oh, Judge is doing it all tonight, huh?
He's funny. He looked over to center field like, you see, I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
I might not have the speeches, but who gives a shit about a speech?
That's too funny. Yeah, I mean listen, there's a lot more depth this year as far as the arms go. So like, I mean, there's names, right? Like we said, McCambly, obviously Kirk Ring, Jonathan Bolin, excited about him. He's a new name. Zach Pop is a name that's getting thrown out there. We'll see,
Zach
man.
Pop.
Yeah, Zach Pop, Kyle
Yeah,
Backus.
I feel like like I said, all these names, especially McCambly, because like I can see two of them making the team, and then the rest maybe going somewhere else. And then again, who is the deep, deep guy? We'll see.
Right. Max Lazar is still around. You'll see him throw some innings this year for sure.
Here we go. Here we go.
I think I already said McFarland, right? McFarland's another one. Talented guy.
Yeah, McFarland Johnson. We said it.
All right. Damn, he roped that.
Oh, I missed it.
Vladdy hit one to the wall. All right, so this was my second little random topic I want to go down. Give me an example, chat, of one of the creepiest, like AI or your phone's listening to you scenarios. This is what I want to say to you. So, one of the things that we always talk about in the show, my cheeks get red, right? The reason that is, going to bring you in. I got this Irish skin. We have these lights, right? We have these backlights that we use for the podcast. So you can't see this, but my face is getting crushed with lights right now. So it makes my cheeks get red. So obviously, we talk about it on the podcast. Like 2 minutes after I get off the pod and look at my phone, there's like these advertising for skin treatment for reddening cheeks. So that's like the creepiest recent example of your phone listening to you. I want to hear some examples from you guys. Anything weird like that? Slim, anything off the top of your head?
The weirdest one. Man, the weirdest one I've experienced. I would have to say recently, knowing that I've had a friend get a job somewhere, right?
Uh-huh.
And all I've seen is his job, his company stuff now. He posted, congratulations, I'm taking this job. Yada yada yada. And now I've only seen his company stuff. And it's been crazy. I haven't had one in a minute where it's me, the predictive it's listening to me.
That's fucking incredible, Mike. Oh my God. For the listeners, Mike's being sarcastic here. He got a Blue Chew ad right after some extracurricular activities.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Oh yeah, so Mike and back-to-back heaters here. He's saying the wife says we need a book club T-shirt. Yeah, we got the people knocking down the doors for the Red Corner Book Club. So we'll see what we can do on that. All right, so we're in a little bit of trouble here, right? Man on first and second, one out.
Is Michael, you reading along? What about the expansion teams?
Oh, we got another question here in the chat here.
Nice. Oh, you mother!
Did he do what I think he did?
Yes. Juan Soto, get back in the dugout. Get your glove. Oh.
And that was a double play. Not a guaranteed, right? That was on the exchange. Too worried about the throw, rushing the throw. Let's see here. Ooh, that's close. I gotta see the other angle. That would be a disaster, man. You can't give away outs like that. Not against this team. Okay, so we're good. Okay, thank God. All right, man on first and third. Corners covered. 2 outs. J-Rod up. I mean, it's just stud after stud. It's ridiculous. Stud after stud. Printify with another great question here. Who is your favorite X factor for the Phillies? Funny you should ask that, Printify. We just went through this. I went with Aaron Nola, Printify. Reason being, there's a lot of people nervous about, obviously, the Zach Wheeler coming back from the injury. A lot of people nervous about Andrew Painter and the growing pains. So if we can have a big Nola X Factor year to take off some of that burden, I think that would be phenomenal. Slim, you want to remind them of what yours was?
Yeah, no, I took Alec Bohm. I think if he can, it looks like he's seeing the ball well early. Contract year, Bohm. I know everyone's been hyping him up, but he's one of the guys that's been getting, 400 plate appearances in the last 3 years.
425.
So he should be locked in, and hopefully we've seen a little bit of power this spring training. So hopefully that translates too. If that translates just even 5% notch, we get 3 to 5 more home runs than we are anticipating. If he can have like 24, 25 home runs, he looks way different.
So Skeen just put a 98-mile-per-hour fastball off the hands of Julio Rodriguez. Now the bases are going to be loaded. Obviously, that's unfortunate for him.
And the other name is a lot of people are
we'll see. The wrist.
Yeah, it hurts. Osaka's not a Philly.
That's a rough.
Looks like he's okay. Skeens has 40 more pitches. If he can
if he can be efficient.
If he can get out of this. This would be nice to get out of. And then add another one.
Mike saying his X factor is the left field platoon. Good call. Yeah, I mean, that's a really good call. Yeah, because we'll see. That's the position, Mike, where I feel like if there's going to be trade activity at the deadline, it's going to be left field, right? Obviously, it could be right field as well, depending on how Garcia looks. But yeah, the Otto Kemp is Slim's buying a lot of Otto Kemp stock.
So yeah, we'll Otto Kemp, Racones, and now the other person is the Dante Nori. How fast does his pipeline look like?
He's not coming up this year. No way. No way.
With injuries, and if you see Stubs working out there, a couple guys go down.
Listen, maybe 2027. I mean, excuse me. Yeah, 2027. We'll see. But Nori's getting people a lot of people excited about him. I mean, his showcase during this WBC has been awesome.
First round pick, right?
Was he a first round pick? I don't think so. Let me double check that. Because I think we've taken pictures the past 2 years. We'll double check.
Big pitch.
Oh, yeah, first round 2024. Good call, Slim.
Big pitch here.
Yeah, you think so, Mike? You think they would match that in a game like this? I hear you. I would say if the game got out of hand, yes. But I just don't think you want to give up base runners at this point.
All right. Do we have any Mets that we want them to hit?
And Printify saying his X factor is either Stott or Nola.
Yeah, Nola was the layup. Stott's the risky pick, and we get out of it. John Foley tweeted out, and one of our Red Riders, Steve G, just sent me this actually.
Okay.
Stott, in August, he hit 307 with an 864 OPS. September, October, he hit 313 with an 896 OPS. He's now hitting 391 with 1196 OPS this spring. Is it real? Is it not? Let's wait to see. But regardless, what I would love to see, especially with Bohm, if he can come out and have some power early, that puts it in pitchers' minds potentially for the whole year. So I would love to see, I know everyone would, a lot of home runs this first month for Bohm.
And dude, we've talked about this in the past. It's also like, look, there's pressure on Bohm from the contract walk year standpoint, but also there's not a lot of expectations on him like there was in prior years, right? Like he's almost playing with house money in a certain way, right? Like, is it? I know he's still going to have the cleanup hitter guy, but if Alec Bohm has a bad year this year, is anyone surprised? No, right?
Right.
So I feel like the pressure aspect, the psychology of that has changed a lot. Whereas 2-3 years ago, he was supposed to be one of our future cornerstones, right? He's a former first round pick, third overall, I believe. That's a guy that was supposed to be more. I'm back. Dad duty's done for the day. We got Bones. We got Bones in the chat. Well, Bones, if you want us to send you a link, let us know, brother. As long as you haven't been having too many adult sodas.
You watching a game, Adam? He might be in a lobby.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that.
Would be hilarious though. So please let us know.
Remember the one time when he was at the Downtowners Mummers Club and he tried to get us to join him? And he's had a few adult sodas that time when he tried to join. And there's a bunch of people behind. We couldn't even be like, dude, we can't have you on the podcast right now. We can't hear you. That was
Man,
insane.
Mark the Rose, a redemption story. Come on, let's add a couple here, Harper. Get on. Looking at Aaron Judge and then looking at Harper. Harper looks so thin.
What'd you think of that double earlier from your boy Harper, Bones? I know there's at least one hater at the Gray Lodge for Harper right now. Probably buying like $6 bottles of water.
But any place, I guess, you can have 4 kids run around, you got to take them to. You'll bet.
Woo! All rise. Did you do us dirty? No.
We'll be back.
That's how you answer that, right? You're going to throw the ball at me? I don't think that was even a homer, though, to be honest.
That was a shot, though.
Yeah.
Was it? It was close.
Okay,
it would have been a homer.
Would have been a homer?
Yeah, it would have been a homer. I hear you, Jerry. Jerry, we're united on this front this year.
I need a better angle than that, dude.
It's a homer. It would have been a homer. But look at that. At least he didn't pimp it. He knew. He was like, you know what, I'm
Jerry, 2 things. Number one, it's unfair to Bohm because he doesn't have the 20-plus home run power, right? So he's had to be in the 4 hole for a lot of his career. So that's been unfair to him because from the power standpoint, so he gets a lot of haters for that. The other 2 things that were negatives for his career, number 1, the attitude. Number 2, the defense, right? Remember the defense during that early stretch where it was less than desirable. He has since turned it around, and kudos to him and our coaching staff for that. But remember, that was why he really started getting a lot of these haters for those main reasons, Jerry. I hear you, though. I'm a big Bohm fan this year. Big Bohm fan.
Yeah, 2 years ago, he started third base in the All-Star game. He had, like, how many RBIs? I think he was leading everyone at the break.
Yeah.
I think we could maybe see that again this year, especially if Turner's on and if Harper is on.
100%. We got some Bones love in the chat. What's up, Bones?
And really, Schwarber is going to get on probably twice a game if he gets 5 at bats.
Oh, nice. There were a few Phils fans at the bar. Did he do the thing? Did he do the thing?
Nah, he did something else though. He got on base.
That's a giveaway.
Like I said, no, is it?
Yeah, any Phillies hit is a giveaway.
Nice. Someone's getting a hit, or someone's getting a Phillies in.
We'll determine that. Got old Albert going out to the mound here.
And let's go run it back with the packing. Packing is exhausting, right? Where are you at with the packing? And I did a great job this time. My wife did a great job. We packed a light. We were able to get on Spirit without checking any bags. You saw where I get up. We both had those little school bags, and we had a carry on. So we brought I should bring that brand up. That was a nice little backpack. It looked too small for me, and next thing I know, everything I needed was in it, and it makes you bring just the necessities.
Yeah, Pat, I do that. So as long as I'm not going like international or like for like a year, excuse me, like a week or so, a year. Jesus. I try to do exactly what you just did. Backpack, carry on, make it easy. I'm with you. Yeah, packing I don't have an issue with. I will say, actually,
I'm a classic overpacker sometimes. I'm like,
are you? Yeah, I mean, I overpack underwear. I bring a million pairs of underwear.
I know a couple of times visiting you down Florida, I had the thing, and they're like, "You gotta check that bag." I'm slamming it in there, and then they're making me do it again, and I'm like going off the top rope and frog splashing it.
So speaking of checking in bags and all that, and it's apropos because the podcast. On my way back from Florida, I had all of our podcast equipment in my one bag, and they took that bag to the side to search. I was we're like, what is this? I was like, it's a microphone.
Wow.
So yeah, made me feel like I had like some type of explosive device or something. It's a microphone.
I've given off so much body heat, and this is a true story.
Amen, Mike.
I've given off so much body heat coming home from Orlando and Key West in like September that I set off the alarm, and they checked me, like checked my body, and they found out it was all just
man sweat,
just Swamp City.
Yeah. Like we got to bring you over. We got to bring over like their most seasoned.
The guy puts the gloves on. He's like, "What the hell is wrong with you?"
This is Slim.
Yeah. Somehow he's slimy.
Gunnar Henderson up again here, Slim.
This would be the ace in the hole, man.
Yeah. It really would. All right, chat. So I need your feedback on something here. I want to know how many dogs is too many dogs. So what is the number? So I just talked to someone the other day. My wife and I have one dog. We have a beagle. He's a maniac. Don't recommend it ever. Beagles are nuts. Thinking about getting another dog at some point. I heard somebody tell me they have 5 dogs. So me personally, I'm like 3 sounds crazy. 5, they're in heaven. So what number is too many dogs? I'd like to hear how many. What do you think, Slim?
I mean, all right, if you're a dog person, 1. If you really love dogs, 2. I can't. If you have 3 dogs, that's too many.
Well, no. So if you're a dog person, 1 would not be too many dogs. How many is too many dogs?
Anything over 2.
Okay, so you're saying 3.
3 or more.
Okay, I'm with you. I completely agree. I think 3 is where it's like you have a farm at your house at this point.
Right. But some people would say 1 dog.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Depending on who you're talking to.
You got on your camera, Devo, when you talk, it shakes a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. You know what it is? It's my table.
Yeah, the tables are a pain in the butt, dude.
Thank you. I'll be conscious of that. So Mike's saying 3, Jerry's saying 2.
I never had 2 dogs, but I could see having 2 small dogs.
3 or 4.
But the 2 dogs, you got like 2 pit bulls and stuff. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Just even like having to let it out and walk it. It's like I'm often out when I'm out the house. I'm often out the house for hours and hours and hours and hours, and I don't have time to go back for a dog. Now, if I had a child,
Yeah.
it would be different, but I would be putting that child on things and having him around things and having hopefully support because I'm lucky, I think, to have that. With a dog, you don't even get the support. No one cares
Mike,
about your
preach. I
dog.
feel you there. And I'm one of those weird ass only kids. I
Oh
was
my
an
god!
Yeah, that's hilarious. I was an only child, Mike.
Even with dogs, one dog's weird.
Well, I get what he's saying. I think 2 is ideal. I think 2's ideal.
I mean, I would have to try it out.
Yeah.
And I would need some. I'm not the one that train them, though, so I'm biased in these fashions.
Yeah.
So I would need 2 trained dogs, and honestly, it's
All right. So we are in the bottom of the 5th. Paul Skeens is at 60 pitches. We got Perdomo up to bat here. No outs. Let's see if we can hold it. It's funny, depending on who you talk to, Mike. A lot of people say, "Oh, I don't think you don't seem like an only child." And then if he has my wife or my mom, they'll say he seems like an only child. No offense taken at all. All right, this is a big inning here. Jesus. And for our listeners, and we're not going to actually put this one on audio. We don't put our watch alongs on audio, so just be viewers. So our viewers, we have our co-host Bones, who's in the chat right now because he's in the mountains, and he just said, "If I had only one dog, half our podcast problems wouldn't have happened." That's hysterical.
and that's the young one, right? That's it's Reese and what's
Nitty.
Bones' Nitty. There you go, big dog. Nitty.
It's funny. The last time I was at Bones' house, Reese. I think Reese is probably like 5 or 6 years old. The first 5 years of Reese's life, the dog did not let me near it at all. He would just run away. The last time he was all over me. So I don't know what happened. I think he's jealous from Nitty around.
That house doesn't know if it's going to be a dog, a 4-legged thing coming, a 2-legged thing coming in.
Dude.
See, people make fun of single, only child, only kids, only childs, and I think it's funny because I'm 35. I don't have any kids, so I just act like what I say to people is, "Oh yeah, I got you the niece. My nieces and nephews are my kids. They get 25% of whatever I'm making."
Which is not true at all.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think, and I'm not trying to call you out here. I don't think I've heard you talk about your niece and nephews once in my life.
Oh yeah, I mean, I spent a shitload of time with my nieces.
Bones, does he ever talk? Put it in the chat. Does he ever talk about his nieces and nephews?
Well, I know about.
Listen, I know he loves them. No one's questioning that, but he doesn't ever talk about them.
You don't want to hear about them. I'm with my nieces and nephews all the time. I was just with my niece this weekend.
I'm not saying you're not with them.
Yeah, I don't talk about them with other grown men. That's true.
My wife won't let me get my 5 dogs. Damn, you were active, Mike. 5 kids. Good for you. You got to get a dog, man. Come on.
At that point, you got enough kids to pencil out the responsibilities
to take care of them.
And that's the other thing. You have a couple kids, you get the dog, then that makes sense to me.
Oh yeah. We got a nice Skeens and Tatis Jr. matchup here.
But yeah, no, my nieces are smart. The math is really, really good. The singing's really, really good. I come on here, I talk about K-pop Demon Hunter and stuff. Where do you think I'm watching this stuff at?
Brother,
What do
you
you
don't have
think?
to just you're not going to win me over. You don't talk about them a lot.
You think I'm watching
How many
Pinocchio?
do you have?
2.
You only have 2.
How many do you
You
need?
made it seem like you had like 5. My nieces and nephews.
Yeah, well, I got 2 nieces and
It's
I got
my
1
niece
nephew.
and nephew. Wait, so
I
you
got
have 3.
Yeah. I got 2. I have 2 nieces and 1 nephew.
All right, so you don't have 2, you have 3.
And then I got a bunch of friends with kids who are whatever.
What's up, JR? By the way, I'm not trying to call you out here. What's up, JR? We are live, baby. Let's go. Slim just remembered that he had 3 nieces and nephews, not 2. Live on the show.
Like I said, I have 30 hours of free time. I probably spend 16 hours, probably 8 hours a week. Probably 8 of those 30 free hours with those nieces and nephews.
Wait, say that again.
I have 30 free hours a week. I probably spend 8 hours a week with my nieces and nephews.
A week.
Yeah, if not more. Yeah.
So you spend 8 hours a week with your niece and nephew. You're going to say that on the record on the show right now.
Yes. Oh, for sure.
You spend 8 hours a week with
I was
your
just
niece
with my
and
niece.
nephew.
I was just with my niece all weekend.
Think about what you're saying, dude.
Yeah, I spend entire weekends with my niece.
You don't spend 8 hours a week with your niece and nephew.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
I just spend an entire weekend with my niece.
So
An entire weekend.
That's one weekend.
It's like every other weekend.
So
I spend about
exactly, Mike's saying over an hour a day on average. Exactly, Mike.
I'm with my niece all weekend.
We are. This is the best of Slim. So this is the best of Slim right here that you guys are getting to see. This is the best version of him because he's dead serious right now.
Yes, and I'll tell you why. Here, Michael.
I bet you, and I bet you he doesn't spend on average 30 minutes. He probably doesn't spend on average 30 minutes with them.
And this is the best of Devo talking out his ass and not knowing people's lives and assuming. Every other weekend, I spend Friday night to Sunday and sometimes Sunday evenings with my niece and my family.
I know, JR.
So that's hours a day. That's 8, 12, 24 hours. It's entire weekends, and it's every other weekend.
So what's what we're gonna do? So Mike, in the past, we had a very similar argument. This is probably 10 years ago.
Do you think I'm lying? Devo, you met my nieces.
I don't think you're lying. I don't think you're lying.
No. You met my nieces, right?
You don't spend 8 hours a week with your niece and nephew.
Have you met my nieces?
You don't spend 8 hours.
Have you met my nieces?
That's irrelevant. That's an irrelevant question.
Let's set it up because then we can break down the time. Have you met my nieces? Am I not down the shore every weekend? I'm at the shore
every weekend.
Every other weekend.
Okay. Well, then that's every other weekend.
And once I'm there, if I get there Friday,
yeah,
and I'm there till Sunday, how many hours is that? And then chat, you can determine if you go to the shore for an entire weekend with your niece.
Chat, right? This is what we're going to do.
All right. If you're there from Friday to Sunday, how many hours of that weekend are you with your niece? And basically.
Exactly, Bones. Exactly, Bones. He's saying that's one. What about the others?
I see the others. I probably see the others less. But I said nieces, and then you guys.
You said nieces and nephews.
Right. No, yeah, but now you guys are trying to say who gets what attention. I said nieces and nephews, right? Because
8 hours.
Yep. They don't both get 8 hours a week.
All right, this is what we're gonna do.
Combined, they get about 8 hours, and that's
we don't. So this is what we're gonna do. So chat, I'm gonna bring you back into an old argument that we had, and this is the best
argument. Do you think I hang out with my nieces about 8 hours a week? And it is.
Okay, so hold on.
Give you the math.
There's no way. There's nothing I'm gonna say to you right now that's gonna be able to prove you wrong, and vice versa. So this is what we're going to do, chat.
Area in the math. We can do this just like they do handicapping of anything else. You can figure out.
And I don't think if you're sorry.
I just said
first of all,
scenario for the chat.
First of all, being in
what it is. If you spend a weekend with your family, it's you as the oldest, as the guy there, right, and a grandfather, right, and then there's women, and there's one kid. How much time do you think you're spending with your niece in that house if you're there from Friday to Sunday afternoon? I gave you what the shore situation looks like, right? So you guys tell me. When you guys go hang out with your family, your nieces and nephews, when you go to the shore and you're there from Friday to Sunday, how many hours?
So JR with an absolute monster callback here. This is Slim directly from his own Twitter. Personally, 40 hours at work, 30 hours on AI social media.
Yeah.
Podcast. I can't. That leaves about 33 hours a week for food, bath, and relationships. So
and
again,
8 hours a week goes with family.
So
8
keep
hours
on cutting me off.
family.
You keep on cutting me off.
Every weekend I'm with my family for 8
There was a classic argument where this is 10 years ago. Slim claimed that he watched 75% of all Flyers games.
It has nothing to do with this argument.
Well, hold on.
Let
me lay the foundation.
And at that time, I did.
Let me lay the foundation.
There's no
Slim
foundation.
made a claim.
We laid the foundations for the argument.
Listeners, you see how he won't. He won't let me speak.
About the Flyers. JR brought off the math. Bring it back up, producer. Bring it back up. Let's go through the math. There's 33 hours left in that math. 8 of that hours I'm spending with family, oftentimes centered around my niece. And it's usually in bulks and weekends where it's 8+ hours. I probably get about 16 hours a week.
Okay.
I probably get about 8. I probably get every other weekend. We probably hang out for about 16+ hours.
So every other weekend you hang out for 16 hours.
Yep, and that's not including the time I see my brother's family. That's not even including the time I see my brother's family.
Right. So your original claim was single 8 hours a week with your nieces and nephews. That's your claim.
On average, 8 hours a week. Yeah.
So this is what we're going to do.
And I told you what the math looks like. And the real handicap comes down to, and I'm asking the chat, and it's it's wonky-ish, but if you spend a weekend at a shore house, with your niece, how many hours would you consider?
So I'm not going to get technical on you here because it's not going to be productive.
But if we're
hold on. You're not letting me. You're getting to the point where you're not letting me speak. So we're at that point of the conversation. Number one, being in the same house of somebody and spending time with them is not the same thing. But we're not going to get that technical on this because that's not how it's going to work. Now, the Flyers conversation was this, chat. I'm trying to bring it up because he won't let me get a word in. We made a bet, 75%. He said he's going to watch.
Flyers conversation has nothing to do with the conversation.
Because you're not letting me lay the foundation of the point. 75%. He said he watches 75% of all Flyers games. So what we did was that season,
10 years ago,
I checked in with him and said, "Are you watching the Flyers game? Are you watching the Flyers game?" So we did this the entire year. He didn't watch 25% of the Flyers.
That has nothing to do with the argument.
So this is what we're going to do.
It has nothing to do with the argument we're having now.
Me and Bones, the next 2 months, we're going to be getting a report on you spending time with your niece and nephews. So we'll get a log, and it's going to be an honor system.
Honestly, and at this point, like, it's teaching the kid how to ride the bike and everything. It's full blown.
I believe
this weekend I was all weekend, and then the weekend before we were moving together. I went to kid all the time. Like you said, I think someone just sitting there and not doing nothing is fucking asinine because I'm the complete opposite. Like it's asinine, the assumptions, to be frank.
We're gonna do the log. We're gonna do the log. So 8 hours.
It doesn't
a week.
need to really be a log. I told you the math. You guys don't believe it because I don't talk to you guys about it because who gives a shit, right?
I do.
I don't talk to Bones about his kids much.
Well, I can tell you this. Bones is spending more than 8 hours a week with those kids because they're up every time over.
Yeah, well, he lives with them. And every other weekend, I basically live with my niece.
I hear you.
So do the math.
Again, we'll report back and we'll take your word for it.
Yeah, you guys can come see me on 10th Street Beach all summer long. I'm there with.
Where's the invite, bro? Give me the invite.
It's been open season all for the last 2 years. And
I'm trying to catch up with the chat here.
Bones knows because I seen him there with his daughters. The only issue me and Bones has is sometimes neither one of us wants to walk.
Oh, dude,
blocks.
JR, you know it. The watch-alongs get frisky, man. All right, here we go. We got Will Smith up the bat here because we do have a baseball game going on in the background. I take care of my kids.
Who said that? Me?
And for the record, we argue like this all the time. Neither of us are pissed off at each other because I don't want the listeners to think we're having a dead serious argument. I know he's a very good brother, uncle, all that stuff. He's a phenomenal uncle. That's not in debate.
8 hours is chump change.
Dude, I don't think you spend 8 hours a week on average with your nieces and nephews. That's truly how I feel, and I know Bones agrees, but you did put a monster argument together with the Wildwood wild card. Now, being in the same house with somebody and spending time with them is not the same thing. I'm going to say that right now, and you know it's not. It's not.
Yo, I'm with you there.
Yeah.
I know it's not. I'm not saying
so
that.
You're saying I'm sitting there watching the Phillies while there's a kid in the other room.
I'm not saying that. No, I'm saying
okay.
I'm with you on that point.
All right. Right. So
that's why I brought it to the chat.
Right.
Because here's the information now. If you have a weekend alone with, or not, if you have a weekend,
I wonder how long this has been going on for.
Well, I'm saying if you have a weekend, how much do you spend with your family?
It depends on the week.
Your brother and sister's kids.
You go to Wildwood all the time. So like when I go down to the shore, I'm spending more time with my family than I normally would because I'm there to see them. You know what I'm saying?
That's
you basically you live down there basically.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
It's a different thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying when you go down the shore right now, you basically live down there.
But
when I go down there, I'm going down there to visit people.
We could get a better number than 8 if people share how much time they spend with their nieces and nephews when they go to the shore for the weekend.
100%, Mike. All right, so now we got top of the 6th here, 2 outs. Mound visit. What do you think about Pujols' glasses, chat, and you, Slim?
Let me see them real fast.
He's got the Where's Waldo glasses.
I don't know. Is that supposed to be like a 70s callback?
I don't know. I'm sorry, JR. So talk about fantasy draft. Who's in? What's the platform? How many teams? JR, let's talk about that for sure. We have a couple ideas. So you obviously saw that little in-house league that we did, which obviously was just like a Phillies only team. So that was just like a fun Red Corner Phillies thing. We'll talk about a fantasy league though, because we're in for sure. We're probably going to do like a Red Corner team. We'll figure it out, JR. Now, because we definitely want a fantasy content type thing. So yeah, we'll talk about that. DM us, brother. All right. So Clark Kent style, 100% on his glasses. It makes him look smart. Yeah. Talking about Pujols' glasses there. I'm trying to think here. I got through most of my topics. Jesus.
Now, the left field thing's interesting with Marsh and Kent. We're hoping Marsh can turn that corner, but a lot of people betting against that. And then what does that look like if Kent can't hit lefties or field out in the left field? But hopefully Kent is a little bit more athletic and he has time to practice and stuff. So maybe he'll show a little bit more defensively than anticipated.
Yeah, with the injury that he had last year, right? So maybe he'll be feeling a little bit more agile this year. Jerry's saying that he looks like Harry Potter with those glasses. When you're a guy like Albert Pujols, I feel like you only get genuine feedback from like your wife, right? Like no one wants to tell Albert Pujols he doesn't look good.
Yeah, I don't know.
A legend like that. Or maybe like your brothers or something. Have we heard anything about the Italian kid getting to AAA or AA this year? You talking about Dante Nori, JR? I'm assuming that's who you're talking about. Yeah, I mean, the dude looks like a stud, and he's got wheels. You're like you said, he's hitting high quality pitching. I do not see a scenario where he gets to the big leagues, but this year, clarifying, I don't see a path for that. If the Phillies were less competitive, I would say there's a really good chance for that. But we're going to be on a pennant race and a playoff hunt. Like, where does he fit in? Maybe if there's like an insane injury streak and he's on fire, maybe. I just don't see a scenario for that.
So here's a guy, Griffin Jacks, 1-7 record, 4.23 ERA, 66 innings pitched, 99. I think it was 99 strikeouts. I didn't see how many walks.
Case 21.
And that was with Minnesota and Tampa Bay.
Definitely Minnesota.
And I saw definitely Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
The fantasy thing, if we end up doing it, would have to be, it's a hard pull. We got to pull a draft out, right? We have to keep it simple, stupid, I would say.
Yeah.
But it would definitely be sick.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, dude, I was looking at some of Aaron Nola's old seasons with the strikeouts. People forget that guy could strike people out back in the day. He had a couple like 225 plus strikeout years. Really taken for granted.
Ooh. Hey, there's one.
All right, one down. Yeah, we'll open it up, JR. So we'll open it up. I guess you're going to be the commissioner, right?
Yeah, well, that JR would run it.
Yeah.
And then do we get in as one team or three teams? Just one team? That's what I guess. Say.
Yeah. We'll have to see what the demand looks like. I think we can fill up some guys, JR, because we have some people that will do it personally, and then if we want to listen it. Okay, cool. So Mike's saying he's been in the same NL only auction league since 2002. That's awesome. Destination draft, Salem, Illinois. So what's Salem, Illinois, Mike? I'm assuming just some friends and family out there. So I know you said you're originally from Memphis. Ooh. That's a hell of a play there by Bobby Witt.
Witt's flashing the glove. Jax is pumped up.
Bobby Witt looks good with that beard.
Yeah, has a little different shade to it. You think he dyes it?
I think he's a little bit young for that. I think he just got that reddish hair. Who knows?
He's not dying in 20 years. We'll see what Boone says about it. Bone's got a big announcement when he comes back. We'll see. We'll let Bones, but he has a big announcement coming in the future.
So I had before we started the live watch along part of the show, we had you want to say something again?
We got in that big argument about the heritage and if they should be playing. If you get a hair transplant in Turkey, should you be allowed to play for the Turkey team?
That's funny. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because basically everyone and their mother can play for a country.
They got a bunch of former pros.
So it's funny, Slim, that you mentioned the hair transplant again, because I was thinking as various people come on our show, we'll put them through like a gauntlet of intro questions. And one of the questions is definitely going to be hair transplant, yay or nay. I want to see what they say. That's too funny.
I was watching a show. My wife's good at pointing out the people on these reality shows who have the bad toupees. If we're watching like House Hunters or something.
Yes.
And then
Very cool, Mike. Very cool.
once you start noticing.
All right, JR. Yes, you're the man for the job. You know more about fantasy baseball than anyone I know, so you're definitely the man for the job, JR. Slim, I had a question before we got through to the watch along portion. We were obviously doing like the submitting questions, and one of the questions that I didn't get to, I'll just ask it here. Woman Pam actually asked this. She said, "Now that you guys have been doing a podcast for a few years now, what is the hardest thing about podcasting?" So, like, what were some of the things that you wouldn't expect about doing a podcast? Do you have anything you want me to start?
Good. You can take it away because I think I'm going to try to switch over to one of these technical issues right now because I got a little bit of juice left in my laptop. I can go back to 4K.
Okay. So Pam, who asked that question, so I think the thing that you don't expect is the preparation, right? Like we get on here, and yes, a lot of times we're clowning around, and we like to keep it light, but there's a lot of preparation that goes behind each podcast, right? When you turn the screen on, click record and have a microphone in front of you for 60 minutes, talking about anything is not necessarily easy. So we take it very seriously, and we're prepared, and we watch the games, read the articles. So the preparation, and then the other thing is scheduling, right? Like you're an adult, right? So we're all dealing with adults. Slim's with his nieces and nephews for 8 hours a week. So it's hard to find time. But no, all jokes aside, it's the scheduling is very difficult, right? Like finding guests now that we've been kind of entering that space a little bit. We're not big on guests, to be honest. We're really not. Um, but yeah, JR said that it's the consistency and the grind. Yeah, I mean, we're consistent, man. Like we're consistent. We report to duty, so it's a grind. So I would say that those Slim, you're on mute. I don't know if you're.
Yeah, it's the grind. And what I
Yeah,
mean by that is you're constantly learning, all right, this camera stinks, this microphone stinks. Uh and yeah, just having it ready, having a nice little spot, like even something as small as the desk, because yeah, I'm even in a spot now where I'm sitting low. I like to have a higher chair, all that kind of stuff.
right.
And it's you don't realize the next thing you know, you're playing with lights. You become like a mini director, and you weren't anticipating it. And you try to sit down 30 minutes, an hour before, and there's just never enough time, or just never. At some point, you got to go live.
100%. And Bones, good point there. He's saying the schedule for him. And honestly, the one thing I will say, Bones does have it 100%. Like JR says in the chat, Bones has it the hardest. 7 kids at home, 4 dogs, just a lot to juggle. But all jokes aside, like what Bones juggles with the 4 kids, 2 dogs, he's got multiple jobs, and the fact that he always makes time is genuinely very impressive. So we're all very gracious with each other as much as we can be. Like Slim said, at a certain point, we just got to go live, right? But
Yeah,
the scheduling is the hardest.
yeah. I think the easiest thing for Bones is probably his union job and his city job. So that's
Yes.
gonna be my shot at him.
um, but yeah, no, it's funny. Yeah, because someone actually they asked me that question, and like the story of like how why did you guys start doing this, right? And it's like not really a very romantic or really impressive story at all. It was like a Friday. It was 2024. We said, "Hey, we should do this." We talk about it all the time, and we go to the games all the time. Let's just do it. We started it that Sunday, and we just never stopped. If you go back, we keep all of our original stuff up there. It's funny. I was watching because I get the notifications when people watch our episodes. So people went back and watched our first one. Our first episode, I don't even know if we thought we were going to do a video for the long term. So like we did it on Zoom, and like the production was way different. I'm talking like I don't even know how loud to speak. Like it was just so funny how much we've gotten better.
Yeah, yeah, and it just never the learning never ends, and it's happy that we can. I'm happy we get I get a space to do something to where it's creative. You got to be on task. You got to be consistent. We keep each other honest with it. And even last week, we went Thursday last week, like that was like probably the biggest push job we've had.
Absolutely.
And the other thing is even tempering realizations with things, I would say.
What do you mean
Because
by that?
the the first 6 months, probably a top 5 conversation I had it. Maybe for the top 3 months, it was a conversation that I was having, and then I stopped having it. But when are we just gonna do it live all together, get together and just be together?
Oh,
It's like,
yeah,
alright.
yeah, yeah.
And it's like, "Alright, well, how fast what do we want this to look like?" Because early
100%.
on, I would say there's times where you temper the expectations and slowed it down to where I'm like just trying to bite too much.
100% because you always have the mindset of, "Hey, next level, level up, level up. What can we do more?" And doing it in person, it's a weird thing, right? Because
I
it changes the dynamic completely, right? Like, and by the way, we're gonna be doing things in person this year where we're actually gonna be doing actually, what we're doing tonight, the goal is for us to all be in the same room. But for our actual weekly show, to do it in person, we almost can do more when we do this stream, right? Because we have the graphics, we can control it. Just where we're at now, it just makes more sense.
And it's funny that those first 3 months, whatever, we made those little Harper shorts, and I was like, "Dude, what do we need? Like a sofa, 3 cameras, like a long shot." Remember, I was like, "We need like we gotta get the tripods."
Yeah.
Because I was literally thinking that I got an E-Meet camera. I thought we needed like 3 I thought we needed 4 cameras, each a personal camera with a tripod, and then like a long view show camera. And I was trying to pull that off, I would say, probably the first 3 months, I was trying to see what was up with it.
That's too funny. Mike, thank you. Getting better with every podcast. The goal, great work. 100%, man. Um, so JR, really tough question. What is the first Phillies game you remember attending?
Oh,
S- So I'm not going to even bullshit you. I don't remember a specific game, but the story that I always give is, so my dad used to work at a hotel back in the 90s, and where he worked, they had some type of event, right? Some type of work event, and it was at Veterans Stadium. So there was some type of event there, and Doug Glanville was there. So one of my earliest memories of baseball Phillies was Doug Glanville. That's a story I always tell. I don't remember the actual game or anything like that. Do you have a story, Slim?
yeah, so it's the old school. I didn't get them off the hot dogs, the tickets, but I got them from school. Not great seats down the vet. It was a Sunday afternoon game during the school season, so it's like September or October, and of course the Eagles are playing. And
Yeah.
I get the tickets. I bring them. I want to go to the game. I'm like, it's a game. Let's go. And my dad is the guy who has to take me, right? I remember my father like being like not arguing, but giving his argument to me, saying like, "Do you want to go to this game or do you want to stay home and watch the Eagles?" Right? He's like, "No one's
Right.
watching the crappy Phillies. No one's definitely going to this game." Chris had to drag him to the game. I think it was probably like 1999 or 2000 where like McGuire was just about cook. I get the All-Star ballot. I'm voting for McGuire. I'm voting for all these guys who are having terrible, just like your childhood guys.
Big
And then
Mac.
yeah, so I remember that. We played the St. Louis Cardinals that game too. So, yeah, there was
That's
a Sunday
awesome.
game in '99 or 2000. I don't think McGuire was even playing that game. I think that was, like, another point he was making. He's like, "Dude, McGuire's not even playing." Like,
That's hilarious. I had a Big Mac and slamming Sammy Sosa poster on my bedroom wall. I
and
remember
then
that.
another time I remember going and getting a foul ball, hit a guy. My dad, tussling with a dude. We finally get the ball. That was awesome. I was at it. I think it was unless I'm misremembering, I think it was a Friday night game. Marlon Byrd hit a walk off at the vet. I was another one of those moments where we were right there in the nosebleeds by like the bird's nest or whatever they were called. And
Yeah.
then we're in the car driving home and we listened to the walk off. And my dad was like, "Oh, it was right by where we were sitting." One of those things. Like, yeah, we could have been there.
Yeah, it's funny.
And something back then too, and that mean because it's back to that fast food thing, and I know, but it's all that nostalgia kick. Something back then, like you go to a game, get back to your neighborhood, run through like a Wendy's or a McDonald's, and the fast food back then would really, really hit. Like on those
Oh, yeah.
late night little kid uh rides. Now it's just like
That
$100.
90s fast food had all types of chemicals. All
It was
types.
it's made it good.
Yeah. That 90s McDonald's, ooh.
Have you seen the McDonald's, the Burger King, the Wendy's guys? They're all the CEOs are all eating their burgers live on camera.
No. Is
Yeah,
that like a social media bit, I'm guessing?
so the McDonald's guy did it, and it looked like he was a little hesitant to bite his burger, and and he was very stiff about it. Next thing you know, the Burger King CEO is like, it looks like he's in a factory, like chomping on a burger.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So JR, I think I don't know if you're still in the chat or not, but Slim and I we were down in Dunedin. We've talked about this on the pod the past couple of days, and we went to the Salty Soul, which was a cool spot, man. That's a fun little area down there, Dunedin. I can't wait to go back. All right, so bottom of the seventh here, boys. Phillies, yeah. USA's up 2-1. Uh-oh. Maybe not for long. Oh, they held them. Okay. We're in trouble. Wow. Ednar, man, and he was lights out the other night.
Austin Wells is a rookie, but he looks like an old beer league player compared to I mean, Judge, Soto, maybe a little Tatis. Definitely some of these pitchers, they rival the athleticism of your top NBA players.
So Bones is saying the first game he remembers is May '99. He definitely went to games before, but that's where he wanted
I feel
to
like
go.
I might have went with like friends, friends, families, and stuff a couple times early on.
I mean, you probably went when you were like a baby. You just don't. You obviously don't remember.
I don't think I went as a baby. A baby.
Well, no, I don't know, like a toddler maybe. Maybe your mom and dad took you. The vet, like 94 or something, 93. Who knows?
Yeah, I got more in. It was more like that 97.
I hear you, JR. We'll get you next year, brother.
And in Florida, everywhere has a pool. The pools. We're like, oh yeah, it's a pool. Let's go. The pool and the beach. It's just like, thankfully. And it was hot, but we got lucky because I heard it dropped again.
Look at that story from Bones, May '99, after his communion. Raul Mondesi had a day. I love it. So that's one thing. So that's funny. So I had this is actually a conversation. So someone was asking me about like the two people I do the podcast with, right? And they were like saying, "Oh, like, well, what are your different roles?" And I was like telling them about like what you two were a lot better at than me, right? And I was like, Slim and Bones are way better at story recall and like remembering games and facts that we did. Like I don't even remember last year, but then Bones will say the game we went to, and then as soon as he says it, I remember. But that's not the way my brain works. Like you guys are so much better at story recall. Like I know all the box scores and all, who did what, but like your recalls are just ridiculous.
I
That
don't
was
What hurts me now is, like, there's not that routine of reading a paper for me or watching Sports Center at least once and getting, like, that baseline info,
yeah,
There's a lot of information out there, but, in the heyday when we were, like, kids and before, streaming, really, you got that. Sports Center did provide that to where you don't get that if you're a cord cutter like I've been for 10 years.
right. And the other thing is there's something to be said about this, like not seeing the forest through the trees type stuff. Like since we are so entrenched in this, like every day we're reading about the Phillies, we're watching the games. Like, you get so bogged down. It's almost like seeing it from the high view is you take that for granted a little bit too. There you go, baby. Bednar steps up again. Incredible spot there. So JR,
Damn.
1996 All-Star game for his birthday. Still has the tiny bat. Vet Stadium looked amazing, all decked out. Felt like it was like just before y'all's time.
Yeah.
Now, so I was actually there that weekend too, but I didn't answer that. I mean, Doug Glanville would have been on the team around that time. I think Glanville was probably like 95 to 2002 ish. I could have that off a year or two, but I was there All-Star weekend. But I just gave like my actual vivid memory. I think I was actually there as well, JR, to be honest, but I don't remember it.
Yeah, I definitely don't remember it in '96. It stunk because around '97, '98, hanging out with my stepbrother, and he was about 5 years older than me, 6 years older than me, and he was '93 out. Like I tell Diva, I wish I could do this broadcast in his room because it's like a little Phillies museum, right? This like it's really cool stuff there, and just being so jealous of not having like core '93 memories. My first memories were Kurt Schilling, Scott Rowland.
And I was off there. Glanville was actually either 97, 98 to 2002. So he got here a little bit later than I thought. So the timeline actually was pretty consistent then, JR, to your point, because Glanville was my earliest where I actually recall the event. But the All-Star game, again, don't recall it, but I was alive and there. Also Super Bones, also super box seats at the Vet, probably in like '02, playing the Expos. I heckled Mike Timlin and Jose Mesa for 9 innings. Carlos Silva threw him a ball. That's incredible. Jose Mesa. Dude, someone was saying the other day, talking crap about Jose Mesa like he was a bum. No, he wasn't. I mean,
No, he was
towards the
good.
yeah,
I mean, he got rocked sometimes.
towards the end, but he was a good player, man.
He was someone they at the end of his career, they kinda hosed him because he had the, X amount of saves in his contract, 45, 46, 47, 48, and he might have gotten it, but they were really trying to string it along. I would have to go back and double check, but I remember, like, it wasn't a good Philly season, and that being, like, one thing I was keeping an eye on is how
Yeah,
a veteran Mesa was gonna handle this bonus
right.
situation.
Apparently, he's like a great guy too, like one of the best men in baseball type guy. You hear a lot, and yeah, that's exactly right, Jr. That's the best Jose Mesa fact. He has 11 fingers. Yes, he does.
Oh, he like Al Contreras. Now, who else had that? Remember, was it
Oh
not Al
yeah,
Contreras?
I know who you're talking about.
Alfre Alfonso Alcontreras. Alcantara is the guy, obviously, the Marlins have now. Hey, could you imagine if, like, I don't know. You always love to add in these pictures, especially when the postseason comes.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt. Mike's bringing up he did a lot of his work in Cleveland. Mesa. But he had I think he probably had like a 30 to 40 save year with us.
I would say
Mesa.
he saved 40 games at least twice.
Yeah.
Sir Anthony.
All right, so we have a familiar foe here and familiar friend on the mound for the D-backs. Jesus. That's how you know we've been streaming for 3 hours. I'm calling USA the Phillies and in the Dominican Republic the D-backs. But St. Anthony Dominguez is on the mound here facing
They got
Schwarber.
They do have Marte as well as Perdomo batting second and ninth in this lineup.
Good call. Make me feel a little better about that.
Where's Corbin Carroll? Alfonseca.
Yeah. Corbin Carroll's D-backs.
I'm saying, where's he at now? He's not in this game?
No. No, he's not.
I believe he's Irish heritage. He could play for the national team.
Yeah, he's not playing. He's had surgery.
Ooh.
Yeah, he was one of those ham bone boys. Whatever the hell it was called. Hamate. Yeah. Thank you, Mike. Ham bone. That was what's that? Always Sunny? What was it, the Always Sunny thing? The ham with Frank. Oh, you're not an Always Sunny guy, are you?
No, I like Always Sunny.
Oh, okay. What am I talking about? The ham.
He greases the ham though. It's a greased ham, right? Is it? Like
no, but it was something ham, and he keeps on saying ham.
He's out in the ocean with the ham.
Yeah, exactly. He's out in the ocean with the ham. You got the reference exactly. Oh, so that's where I said ham bone from. Was that what it was, JR? Was it ham bone? Oh, rum ham. That's what it was. Rum ham. Yeah, that episode was so funny, dude. They're at the Jersey Shore, right? I think that was the Jersey Shore episode.
They're definitely at the beach, so they have to be at the Jersey Shore.
Yeah, I think the joke was they're all going down the shore, and they're at like Atlantic City, right? And there's like two bums having sex on the beach.
I should throw that back on the late night rotation as I pass out.
Oh, dude, it's so funny.
It was peak. Like it was like 4 or 5 seasons, and then the Christmas special came out. I had all the DVDs up to that point.
Rumham. Good call, JR. That's exactly right.
And then, like so many people, that was a big time Thursday night show.
And is that what it was? Thursday nights?
It was a Thursday night, yeah. And then college hits, and you got to go out.
See, that's a perfect example of your recall. Like, I never would have remembered that was a Thursday night show. And that was, I know that was FX and then FXX. Yeah.
Yep. FX. Yeah, it's OGFX, and then like you said, what was that? Double X? What the hell was that? But you're right, it was on FX early when FX first. It was a staple.
Like Nip Tuck was one of the other early shows on FX.
Was big, yeah.
Missing other couple good ones on FX. All right, so we got Slim's boy Gunner at bat here, 2-2.
Yeah, we need a homer.
Yeah, we need some insurance here.
Oh.
That's not going to do it. Damn. Sir Anthony with the smackdown there.
So, as the commercial breaks, the hot topic, as always, is AI. And what I've been doing is taking the extremes on both issues, right? Just reading just a quick piece of information, what's so and so saying on this side or that side. So last week, this is the two extremes I saw. That 5-year-olds now are never got to worry about having a job. All right. That's what this early investor in AI, he invested in 2019. He's crushing it, he's doing great. That was his claim. But then all the C-suite and all the CEOs are saying they haven't really, in a general poll, let's say 100 or so,
Yeah.
they're saying they haven't seen any productivity yet. And if they had to speculate the next year, project out there, he would predict only 1% of increased productivity in the AI age. So that's the two extremes I seen.
Okay, so going back to your first extreme, you're saying that 5-year-olds will not have to have a job, and the thought process is there is that it will be like universal basic income at that point?
Yeah, it would just be abundance of health and wealth for anyone, and you'll be, yeah, probably getting UBI of some sort, and then
Right.
focusing it in your own passions. If you want to be a worker, run like try to start businesses or startups or cool things, you could do that. If you want to be an artist, you could do that. If you want to build in any kind of fashion, you can do that. If you want to do media building, whatever, I think you're going to be allowed to pursue that at
Okay.
your own pace.
Interesting.
But if you don't want to do anything, if you want to just consume, scroll, eat McDonald's,
Yeah.
take shark bites, whatever, you can do that too. And that's cool too. And I guess that's kind of what this guy's kind of saying.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. When I think about the AI thing, I'm such a late adopter to it. Like you're our AI CEO for the show, and we don't
Yeah.
really use it. We use AI very, very sparingly, but we pick and choose our shots, because it's you'd be a fool not to. Like I know I I sometimes seem like a snob, and this is me just kind of mea culpa here, where it's like I want the artistic aspect of our show to come out, but there's some things that you just would be an absolute fool to not take advantage of with AI. And you've opened my eyes to a lot of that stuff, especially with like the captions, right? Like the captions, that's AI.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
that's AI.
the thing with the show is, which is different than most work, because most work isn't the thing that's anti AI is coming live and speaking and seeing the blunders and flaws that are human.
Right.
And most jobs aren't that. Most
Right.
jobs aren't that.
100%. 100%. But no, the scary thing is this is where when I kind of get my like, it's Friday night, it's 2 a.m., you've been out all day, now you're having the crazy AI story sitting around a fire. I think what's going to eventually happen is they're going to be building real estate, right? Like the future real estate shops, it's all going to be based upon, hey, let's factor in what AI can do. So there's literally no need for anybody in these stores. Like you can literally do that, like
Right.
based upon the way that they can do all the technology. That's where I'm like, yeah, I can totally see something like that happening, which stinks, but whatever.
How does it change a house, a regular house?
So I'm not talking about I'm talking about
You're
like
talking
commercial real estate.
commercial buildings, yeah, but what
Yeah.
do you think about residential?
Well, residential, it's
Stay the
unique
same?
because it's a person, right? So I
Right.
still need to live there. Now, I think what might be where how can AI improve utilities? How can AI improve solar panel? Like all these things that like AI can do. I don't know what the hell it can do, but I'm sure it can do some crazy shit with all the stuff I just said. But that's where I'm like, if you walk into a Walmart
So
in
this is
40 years, it's going to be different.
and this is why I bring this up. I just read something. It's that guy, Mark Anderson, and
Yeah.
he's an AI dude. He wrote, "There is no substitute for the person who knows what to do." So remember that, kids.
Yeah. Agreed, Bones. That would have been a helmet tap. I'm just more so saying, like, you walk into a store in 30 years, 20 years, whatever it is, right? You walk in, there's a facial technology, right? So right off the beginning, they know who you are. So if someone's saying, "Oh, well, you can just steal," well, they're like, "No," because now in 30 years, the police force, the local cops, FBI, everything's more advanced at that point. So
Yeah.
it's like you get caught like in a second because you can't steal. So then there's probably going to be like two people in the entire store. Everything's AI with how you're swiping, all that, and it's just like you're in these computer robot stores. That's 100% going to be a thing. Like cops will get a notification if somebody steals. You know what I mean? And then they know where you live because it's all registered somewhere.
Yeah, and there might be an aspect to it, like yours sounds even a little bit physical to where if it's like our phones and stuff, they should kinda know what we want as we're walking up.
There you go. Yeah. That's why I don't do self-checkout. I feel you there. Yeah, Bones always says, "I don't work here."
I don't work here.
I'm like a 5 limit or less, 5 item or less self-checkout dude.
Well, the self-ordering on the menu tops for places like Wawa and all these other little oh, there we go. Keep it the ones that do it well, some of their biggest advantages, and the ones that do it piss poor, it's a liability.
CVS and just the pharmacies are a disaster. Checking out of a pharmacy is like my hairline goes back a centimeter every time I'm in there.
I think my longest membership card's with a CVS. The one down the
Really?
street. Yeah, yeah.
Dude, the receipts at CVS, they're like it's insane. It's like a anaconda.
Oh, yeah. And they're notorious for having the one person, especially if you're there at night, who's, like, stocking and checking people out.
Yeah.
The Rite Aids are gone. Or they're gone mostly like, they're gone and on at the 2 that were in Aramingo.
Yeah. I was just talking to Karen and my wife about that earlier. It's like all these empty Rite Aid spaces, what are they gonna be? I guess it's like gyms, like probably Planet Fitness, right? Soto knows his own 100. I mean, he has the best eye. His eye is ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that might be we might have to do a little side, content where we just dig in and audit some of these businesses like Planet Fitness and the things in these neighborhoods. Yeah, I wonder how Planet Fitness is doing. 'Cause
Well,
all
yeah.
they do is pop up everywhere.
Well, they have the classic model where it's like get a billion memberships, right? Probably 30% of the people go, if that,
Right, right.
and just keep on collecting those $20, $25 a month. And it doesn't seem like they own their real estate most of the time. So it's not like they're the McDonald's of that, where McDonald's is like a real estate company, right? Everyone knows
Right,
that.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing with McDonald's.
Yeah. Planet Fitness, they just must be making money off of memberships, which does seem hard to believe, right? I've always thought that about gyms. So it's an odd business. All of a sudden, we have to buy bags now, and the workers don't bag them. It's hilarious. Yeah, yeah, that's definitely a staff thing for sure. Like you don't see the people bagging them up like you used to. It is a shame. Jerry, he's like, correct, Bones. I don't work here. Oh man. Yeah, I had one of those. I was walking by, driving by Planet Fitness, and it was just like it was funny, so funny you brought that up, Slim. I was like, how do these things make money?
Yeah. I was having the same thought 'cause all I see is they just keep popping up.
Yep.
I either think it's gonna be condos, new housing, or a Planet Fitness.
Right. And you mentioned the content idea. And by the way, chat, if you guys ever have like the things that we talk about this amongst each other all the time. We do a horrible job of promoting our content across our platforms, right? Like we just when we get on the show, we just want to talk Phillies and we forget to do that. So obviously we're
Right.
on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on obviously YouTube, our main hub. But if there's ever any content ideas that you think would be something that would be entertaining or something you think we would do well, let us know. We're all ears all the time. Always looking for different content ideas.
Pop, 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 pop. Still looking for a producer too.
Still looking for a producer. You probably saw that. We started our first interview, which we're getting mixed reviews on, to be honest.
All right, here we go. Let's add one more. Team Italy, man.
Bones, are you in your hotel room? What are you getting into? And give us your review of this place that you're at. I've heard pretty good things. Jerry, not yet. We didn't hire the first guy. We're still looking around.
I kept his number.
Yeah, we kept his contact information. That's right. We gotta get the t-shirts made.
Yeah, we might be having tryouts.
Right.
Full blown producer games. All right, edit this. It took Devo 25 minutes to edit this video. It took Kearns 2 hours to edit this video. How long is it going to have to be somewhere in between? If you take longer than Slim, you can't get hired. So that's what we should do. I told you about the idea.
Yeah.
Because then we can make them do games like that. And then, like, we can either get them the phone to use it, make them use their own technology, and just see where they start, you know? Give them a crate.
Yeah.
Give them a crate with a laptop. And that's, or I don't know, a couple other things they need in there.
Dude, I think it was Memphis Mike in the comments, or was it you that was saying like the producer making a producer, right?
Yeah, making a producer.
Yeah, that's a
someone said it.
Phenomenal idea.
And then it reminded me to say it.
Yeah. It's a great idea. We're definitely going to do that.
Old school MTV. And I think it was Channel 6 before the O-Town.
Oh, right. O-Town.
It was O-Town and Danity Kane. Because the man who won't be said took over.
I don't even know who you're talking about, but we don't have to address it if it's someone you don't want to say. Oh, P. Diddy?
Yeah, it was Puff Daddy.
It's funny. In my mind was P. Diddy or Harvey Weinstein. So I was like, one or the other. JR, we'll check that out. Upwork. Large pool of audio editors and podcast producers. Yeah.
That actually sounds awesome.
Yeah, we'll check that out, bro. Appreciate you.
JR, that last underrated video took me 2 hours to make. If you want to get a good laugh.
Dude, it's so funny when you, like, every once in a while.
The X Factor video.
When I sent, like, I felt like a jerk saying that because I was like, I knew you spent a lot of time on it.
Well, I'm going to start doing it all on the desktop. And again, it all comes down to like penciling out blocks of this 28 hours of social media AI time that I have. That week.
Yeah, it takes forever, dude.
So funny, JR tweeted that out, brought that tweet up.
Yeah, that's why I stopped. Anyway, my own stuff took. Yeah, so it's funny, and that kind of calling back to the earlier conversation of like, what's the hardest thing? So editing is a challenge. Obviously, it's time consuming, and you can use different tools. The shorts that we do take a lot more time than you'd think, right? The shorts, because we clip the episodes, and then you think about, what's the thing that what's topical, what's something that people will enjoy. And the other thing that breaks your heart is a lot of times things that you think are great and they don't perform that well. So you really have to separate what you enjoy. Like for example, I really liked your X Factor video, right? Like I thought that was good. And if it doesn't get a lot of views, I don't even remember what it did get. So I'm not bringing it up. You have to separate the performance with how you kind of put the product together, if that makes sense. At least that's what we've been trying to do. We are not experts by any means. Like, dude, I remember I did that. I did that like this is going to totally sound like a D-bag humble brag. This is not what I was trying to do. I'm trying to make the point of like sometimes where you think a video is not going to perform. I did like that 4-minute video on, I think it was Justin Crawford or Kyle Schwarber, just short. And it got like 5,000 views in the shorts. And I'm thinking this isn't going to get any views because of the time. You know what I mean? That it was.
Right.
And then that one, for whatever reason, if it
Went
was just
4 minutes. Yeah, 4 minutes is weird. I tried.
yeah. I'm thinking like I just did it because I wanted to make the video on that. And then that one got like 5,000 views. I'm like, I can't figure this shit out.
Damn, dude, this freaking game.
Mike, that's too funny. We need to get you around because you know these zingers.
Yeah, it's the truth. I'm getting yelled at for it.
Yep. Yeah, the editing's tough. It's fun though. Like I do enjoy it. Like I actually really do enjoy the editing, but it's just shorts.
I'm currently editing videos with my nieces in it for my uncle's 80th birthday.
Let's go.
So how's that count? Does that count as quality time? I gotta see how much time I spend on the part where she's in the video.
Dude, and that's such an argument. That's such a Devin and Chris argument because then what would happen is the quality time becomes layered too, right? Because then we're just going to be arguing about yeah, like we're going to be that's where the layer that's where the second argument comes.
Yeah, the wrong FaceTime with her.
Yeah, Slim's going to be posting pictures online of all of his nieces and nephews the next month and a half. You guarantee that.
Yeah, I try to keep my social medias focused. Now I'm going to have a niece and nephew corner.
Yeah, your profile picture, just you and all your nieces.
I'm Santa. I'm going to be the Easter Bunny now.
Yeah. And by the way, I hated having to ask you how many nieces and nephews you have because
I got a video. I was at Disney on Ice, not with my kids.
Because Bones' daughter, Melanie, is my goddaughter.
Right.
He's got 100 daughters, as you all know, and they're all the M's. So in my head, I would always get super paranoid every single time anyone would ask me their name. So I felt horrible asking you that question because you're on the spot.
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
Yeah. But the M's throw you off.
Yeah, you got to really think about it for a little while and put some intent. And then especially when they're young and they look alike.
What's the go-to app for short editing? So JR, what I do is I usually do CapCut, right? And I start off with figuring out like what it, and dude, honestly, it's a good question because it's the hardest part is figuring out what do you cut, right? Like like we're doing right now. We did a podcast for 3 hours. This is an extreme example because usually our show is somewhere between 30 and 45 minutes, sometimes an hour, right? The weekly show. The watch alongs get crazy. But if you do an episode for like 35, 45 minutes, you think back, hey, what was something that really jumped out? Then you kind of go to the episode, clip it off, and then I use CapCut, get the captions. That's the main thing.
Team USA is up 2-1. And I got the -1.5.
Oh, you get the -1.5.
Yep.
I call them by their wrong name more often than not. That's Bones on his own kids.
You just go straight from the top. Madeline, Melanie, Savannah,
Yeah.
Thomas. That's grandmom in it.
Yes, that is grandmom in it. Good call. JR, I'm trying to think of what the other big there's an AI tool that a lot of people use for clips. Like probably 80% of the clips that you see that has the captions is a tool that people use. I can't think of the name of it.
Because I was going to say TikTok's better with the auto captions than CapCut with the accuracy for
Oh,
sure.
dude, I think TikTok owns CapCut.
Well, their auto captions aren't 100% linked up share data
Yeah.
translations because I mean I know I'm tough to translate, especially when I click English, but TikTok's much better. And that's the other thing. You got to reread that every single time. And then you got to write the posts.
Yes. All right, so here we are, guys. So this is intense. 2-1 Phil. I keep on saying 2-1 USA. Bottom of the ninth. We got Mason Miller on the mound. 0-2 count. Miller has obviously homered once already.
I got all the confidence in the world in Miller shutting these guys down. He's as filthy as it gets. It truly seems.
There you go. Take
The
your
other
time,
big
Will.
one that I don't think we've dove into yet because we got to pay for it is Adobe Premiere. We're hearing good things with Adobe Premiere. Does
I'm
that do
sure. Yeah, I think Adobe Premiere would be more for like if we're doing a pre-recorded thing. You know what I
and
mean?
and
Graphics
here
too.
right. And to Mike, I keep finding myself having to buy things that require storage, whether it be my cell phone storage, or now it's like all this other kind of storage I'm dealing with. These videos and then the cadence of it, because you got to pay for the automation of the time and you got to pay for just having access to this stuff and saving it somewhere.
Right. And the other thing about like social media, which is funny because we don't really consider ourselves like content creators, right? The other thing is since we only talk about basically one topic, we obviously have a very limited and narrow audience, right? So what you'll see on social media, as I'm sure you guys have all seen a million times, TikTok, Instagram, it's a bunch of people jumping on trends and redoing it, right? And then that becomes the topical thing, the timely thing. We don't do that at all. So that's also like a very we just stay our narrow and do what we do. Like you bet your ass, Slim, if we did a video of you doing that, remember that video I sent you about the Sandlot dude? Like,
Yeah,
what did
yeah,
you look
yeah.
like in the 90s?
In the 90s, I know.
That was a big thing that everybody was doing. If we did one with you doing that, that would kill. Henderson and Miller are part of the Kabasi posse first year in this league. Oh, so Bones is in a league. Very cool. Oh, Kabasi posse. That's been your fantasy team name forever. That's a great name. All right, we got some traffic here. One out, man on first. Miller's still on the hill. And look who's at the plate here. That is what he wore when he played for Team USA the last time. Not in the World Baseball Classic when he was younger. He wore 24 to answer your question, JR.
Oh boy.
Bad thing happened?
Yes. Wild pitch.
That's horrible. That's like literally worst case scenario. I mean, obviously not worst case scenario, but that's
pretty bad.
That's really bad. It's a double.
Actually, he should have probably caught it. Now they call it a wild pitch.
That's definitely not a wild pitch. There you go. Agreed, Jerry. That is not a wild pitch.
Yeah, definitely. I saw that with the second go around. Hit his glove too.
Oh boy, he's nervous. Take a breather.
It's always what like Ruben Amaro says, you know, it's you don't know until you're in the big spots if they can handle it. Woohoo!
So did he strike him out? Are you that ahead of me, or was that a second?
Two second strike.
Okay, all right. Agreed, Bones.
101
Bednar did this shit the other night.
Should we link up? Should the reg? Oh man, that would have been a double play. With the Miami Marlins guy.
Who's the Miami Marlins guy?
The dude who goes to every game decked out in the Marlins suit. The Marlins fits. He's in the orange behind home plate now.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. Well, dude, we talked about what a so we intentionally don't do guests. Like it just honestly we've always kind of stayed on track with just doing it with ourselves. We bring in guests occasionally, but dream content for me would be all the different concessions guys at Citizens Bank Park, guys and gals, bringing them on and interviewing them. Would love them. The peanuts lady, the popcorn on the hat guy, the Miller Lite guy, the guy with the parrot on his shoulder, like all those guys.
There seems to be a few down Clearwater too that are legendary. I seen this one guy just standing there doing it over and over again for the people.
Oh, the beer guy, right? Beer, yeah. beer. Yeah. Yeah, he's a legend.
My God.
All right, 2 outs here, man on third. Oh, wow. Popcorn Girl is. Oh, you know what, Bones? I did see that. We can get her to tar. Here we go. You're ahead of me, so let's see what we have here. Be watching you. Outside 102. Sounds like JR is saying that the Marlins guy might not be a good fit for us. Let's go, Miller. Come on, brother.
Is he a jerk? What about Mattress Mac? I'm trying to think who are these other legendary fans?
That's a tough take there from Perdomo.
The Mets, it's all New Yorkers. Does Atlanta have anyone we could start sparring with?
The Mets chat is always the Mets people always love jumping in our chat.
But like they're they're big fans are people like Ben Stiller and stuff. Like, you know, like they're legendary fans.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Jerry Seinfeld's probably the most famous Mets fan.
That's what I meant. I meant Jerry Seinfeld. Yeah. Imagine we got him on the pod. He's in the chat.
That'd be a great get.
Yeah, we'll reach out. We'll say, yeah, we keep it straight. Mets.
Just Mets.
He gets on. We're just asking Phillies questions. We got Ryan Black setting him up.
Let's go, baby. There we go. All right, USA. And that's a ball. That's ball 4, but we'll take it. That is ball 4, but we will take that. All right, USA. On to the gold medal match, we're going to call it.
Oh, man, that game was like a playoff game with the 2-1, man.
100%. All right, chat.
All right, thanks for hanging out, everybody. It was a late night. It was fun.
Yeah.
This was fun. Little preseason for us, too.
Yeah, this was a marathon. So, Slim, closing thoughts. I'll let you have the floor here.
No. Again, pitching. We saw it again tonight.
100%.
And every small margin.
And if you are still here and you have not subscribed, number 1, that is extremely disrespectful. Number 2, we forgive you. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. This was the Red Corner, our first watch along of 2026, our first WBC watch along of all time. We will see you soon. Go Phils, and we'll see you soon.
That's it.